just started it up on Twitch again. Do we have a stream? Alright, cool. We are live on Twitch as well. Okay, the problem was I had the bitrate set too high for Twitch. And, like, I knew this shit was gonna happen eventually, so might as well get it out of the way now while I'm just doing checks. Alright, let me just set back up on YouTube side. Hey, Likely, how you doing? Yeah, sorry about that. As I said, this is a calibration stream because of the whole changing quite literally everything. Let's just go back to this. And I should just be able to go live on here, and I should be good to go, I think. Alright, we good? Okay, alright, I think we're in the clear now. Good lord, what a pest. Okay. How you doing, Likely? It's been a while. Like, far longer than it should have been. I was intending to start streaming sooner, but between a whole bunch of health problems, being lied to by the hospital, a lot of things breaking in between, like, it was an absolute mess. Hopefully the audio isn't too loud. I did have to adjust it on the fly for this thing. I just need to have it just loud enough for me to hear, but not so loud that it blows out chat's eardrums. Oh wait, there's a thing there. What gems am I missing? I'm missing 26 of them. I know I hit the ones inside of the balloon area, so maybe I missed ones... Okay, I missed those ones. I think the other ones I've missed might be next to the Speedway portal, as I don't generally go up there too often. But yeah, I'll show you some funny glitches at some point. In fact, like, I could just do stuff out of order if I wanted to, and that might actually be equally as amusing. Been so long, my parasocial fanfic is so far behind. Surely you're not writing parasocial fanfic about me, because, oh my god. But also, like, drop the link? Okay, so we're missing 3. Where would those last 3 be? You know, for somebody who's played this game for 20 years, you'd think I would know exactly what I'm missing, but I don't. I never do. Okay, there's a 2 there, now I'm missing a singular 1. Why is it always 1? Oh well, I can... No, because if I do that, it's just going to trigger my OCD for this game. Where... Might be in the tunnel still. It's either going to be in the tunnel, or it's going to be around... Okay, it's not here, is it? Just quickly check around here. Sometimes I miss it from here, sometimes I don't. Because if I don't see anything around here, I'm going to have to go back into the cave. At that point, I might as well just do funny little glitches. Okay, nothing there. No signs of a haunting yet, though, so that's probably good, I think. Okay, so nothing around the trees. I always get got by that for some reason. I mean, I found the 5 before I even found the last one, so... I'm learning, but I'm also not learning at the same time. Alright, where is the stupid singular gem? Because at this point in the game, I don't have the ability to point myself towards gems with sparks, because I don't think I get that until post-Evening Lake's boss, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever. Alright, time to do the funny little glitch. Nah, I just ended up making an AI chatbot instead. Please tell me you're joking. Alright, let's see if I make this. Okay, cool. Now, I have... How many attempts do I have for this? 6. Technically. I know it says 5 lives, but that's 6. 0 counts as a life. Okay, done. Of course I would do it too early. I seem to always do it too early. I could do charging, but I always find that I end up too late for that. So it's either too early or too late when it comes to me. There is a couple of times where I do manage it, and that's fine. If you guys see a red sparkle, just let me know, because I apparently have not paid enough attention to see it yet. But, like, I could have sworn I got all the gems. So I don't know where the one I'm missing is. That's all about my BSing. I can manage about parasocial topics. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Oh, likely. Is my audio doing alright? I did change my microphone during the interim. Dang it, again? I'll give it like a couple more attempts because it takes forever to go through the tunnel. Go away, Zoe. No, literally not a single soul asked. Like, anyone in chat, has anyone here asked? Because I don't remember asking myself. Also, something I do want to have a conversation about, likely. Surely you didn't use that makeshift sled that you showed me in Discord. Because if you did, I would be concerned. Okay, let's try from this side. Okay, I definitely missed that one. Oh, why do I suck at this glitch so badly sometimes? Okay, but like, for real, how have I missed a gem? Mic quality is mucho good, sounding very uwu. Yes, I did. Oh my god, you didn't. I saw that abomination, I was like, surely you wouldn't. I'm sorry. I know I'm legally blind, I get that. But I should have grabbed that on the last, like the time before when I walked up there. Even if I hadn't seen that. Good grief. Why do my eyes just not function sometimes? I've had so many surgeries on them, and yet somehow I still manage to be blind. Oh, likely. I added a new little toy for you in the commands. You can add quotes now. So that's a thing. I think the quotes, I have it set to moderators and VIPs, just to prevent a whole bunch of people from spamming the quotes. Okay, now I'm just not even able to get on top of the tree. What is wrong with me today? I just want to get like this one instance of swim in air to work, because I want to go to a different area entirely. That isn't going to be the first. What's the command? I believe the command is add quote, and then like just exclamation point quote will spit out a random one. I was trying to have it so you could call quotes by their index number, but for whatever reason, StreamerBot's just not allowing me to do that at the moment. The flagpole equation was a hypothetical because we got really close to making a reality. I still don't know about the flagpole equation, and quite frankly, seeing what I have about that sled, I don't think I want to. Oh, finally I got it. So this is the funny little swim air glitch you can do in the first world. And like, you would be surprised the amount of stuff that's actually just phasable. Like, all of this is... Okay, that one's not phasable, but like, there's just specific points where you can and can't phase out, and they're just really arbitrary. Like, you can phase through that, but the second I try to, like, go through this section here, which isn't even close to the ground, you just run into it. Like, huh? Anyway, funny little glitch time. We are going to swim under here. And the funny thing with this is you can actually swim into unactivated portals. So you can see that one there. I can actually just swim into this and go straight to, I believe this is Magma Crater. Literally unplayable. Molten Crater, that's the one. I must have been thinking about the one from Spyro 2. Hey Foxy, how you doing? So, I came to this one specifically because there's another funny glitch you can do in this level. So, I don't know how many of you have played Spyro 3. I'm getting bodied here. I don't know how many of y'all have played Spyro 3, but at this point in the game, you shouldn't have Sergeant Bird, which is a character that you meet in the second homeworld. And essentially, there is a... Okay, the controller is a little bit damaged, but that's fine. It's the only controller I have, so I have to be careful. So you can't see... I was half expecting a comment on the emote I dropped as my first chat. I'm just used to it at this point, Foxy. Like, I'll be honest. Oi, cheeky little shit. So, Sergeant Bird, you don't get until Midday Gardens, I believe it is. And there's a glitch you can do in this map to be able to access his section early, essentially. And that's the same for every single like character you get in the next world. You can just basically glitch yourself in. You almost never need to backtrack unless you're doing the Sparks levels. That's the only time you'd need to backtrack. Yep. We're finally getting the reunion and everyone's getting back together, all because I finally decided to get off my ass and start streaming. Also, it is boiling hot here. It's like fucking 30 degrees in my room. Actually, that is 32. Oh, that's not great. I have to have a thermometer in here now because I just have to be careful of how much heat I take. Otherwise, I'm just going to make myself sick, and that's not really fun. Really? For whatever reason, my controller has decided it wants to be a bastard today. Really? Are we for real right now? Guess who's been off work and also working mornings the past week? Nice. Gang's all here. Okay, I swear that never used to be a thing. There never used to be cracks in the ground. I genuinely don't remember there being cracks in the ground. Why is there cracks in the ground? That's not even a bit, chat. Like, this isn't even a bit about the haha funny haunted console thing. I don't remember that being there. Alright, just try not to run myself into lava. And there is the funny little key. What is the best way? School has been off all week last week and has been off Monday to tomorrow. It's been fun. I bet it has. Oh, Foxy, by the way, have they finally gone around to paying you what they actually owe you? Because I've seen that bullshit, and that's not legal. Y'all need a union or something. That ain't right. Been switching from traditional snow days to school at home days? Oh, so like they're using Teams and whatnot now to force people to learn even when it's a snow day. That's kind of mean, actually. Like, I've never experienced a snow day because it doesn't snow in my city. But, like, even I wouldn't wish that upon a kid. Like, what the hell is wrong with these people? Yeah, oh my goodness. They decided that COVID wasn't enough, that the kids still needed to suffer. Although, mind you, given the grades, I think that's not the only thing that's suffering. Alright, hello Tiki Lodge guy, please give me my egg. Curly... Okay, Everything's acting pretty normal so far, although nothing acted weird up until... Really? Why are we doing this today? It's not even like the controller itself is disconnecting, it's just that the joystick is just decided it doesn't want to work. Couldn't tell you why, but it is. Now, I'll do this after I have finished up with the other sections first. During the school at home days, I get the option of either working or staying home and making it up at the end of the school year. Honestly, I personally, provided that I felt it was safe to do so, I'd just go. Mainly because it's just going to be peace and quiet. But of course I know that with snowy days it's not always safe to go out in a car or whatnot. Especially if you don't have things like chains and everything else that you would need to grip into the snow. Snow, ice, all that sort of stuff is dangerous. Especially black ice. Like, good lord. Can't even see that. Alright, let's do this first. Hello, moneybags, you fuck. You capitalistic sign. Some days I'll stay home, other days I'll go in during the mornings and do whatever extra crap I can. I can't do during normal school days. Okay, yeah, that tracks. Also, ignore Nightbot about the commands list. I still haven't implemented that on StreamerBot yet. Still need to do that. Okay, and of course the funny little skill point that's there. Officially, like, it tells you that you need to use the supercharge to hit that wall. You don't need supercharge for that. You can literally just run yourself straight through if you wanted to. Today was one of those days where I went in this morning and she forced me to do some lifting today and now my back's in pain. Okay, no. I know for a fact that that is some bullshit that they did to you. Just making you lift like that when you've had a back injury. I'm absolutely fucking flabbergasted. What the hell do you mean they were forcing you to do lifting knowing damn well that you had a back injury? What, are they trying to put you on... Well, I was going to say ACC, but that's a New Zealand specific thing. They're going to put you back on injury? Like, huh? What's the game plan here? They're already pissed about the fact that you weren't doing any work, so what, they're just gonna injure you again as punishment? The fuck is this? Alright, for real though, like, I even asked her if I needed to help or not, and she told me yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, who planned this? Who is the dipshit? Alright, and the supercharge one. The supercharged one kinda sucks because I can't use the flame ability to get rid of him, but that's fine. I just have to do a few laps and I should be able to catch up. Let's just do that. Sometimes I miss this guy on the first go, so no promises I'll be able to get this done. Alright. Get over here, you little shit. Sometimes you can cut him off, but if you go too far forward, he just stops. Okay, really? This again? Like, are we being for real, Sony? You can't even make shit that lasts 25 years? You being for real? Like, imagine the skill issue, not being able to make equipment that lasts 25 years or more. Couldn't be me. Hopefully if I just keep my controller in this position, I should be able to... Dang it. I should be able to just make sure that it doesn't glitch out like that again. Sorry, I'm just a little bit concerned about this game. I'll explain to you guys what happened. So the last time I played this game on this console specifically, the game glitched really badly. And I thought I was the protagonist in a creepypasta for like 20 minutes. It was not fun. So essentially what had happened was the game sound was glitching, eggs started taking stupidly long times to hatch, and at one point one of the eggs glitched so badly that the sound started screeching, the egg hatched, and the model, I shit you not, was inside out. Like the entire model, except the eyes were red, and the eyes were quite frankly just transparent. You could see the original color of the dragon inside of its skull. That was very disconcerting. And you guys are probably wondering, why the fuck would you tempt fate like that again? Because I am not smart. This stupid goddamn thief, I swear to God. Get over here. That sounds freaky. Yeah, no kidding. Sorry, I'll just quickly read this. The stuff we had to move were desks and chairs out of one room to the other, and tables and stools out of the room they were putting the desks into. And that room was upstairs, so we had to keep transferring everything into one elevator. Bruh. And they got the person with the severe back injury to do it. Like, I get all hands on deck, but, like, some of those hands are broken. You know that, right? Like, it hits the deck too hard, you're gonna be paying bloody insurance again. I really need to clip these rocks if I'm gonna hit this guy. Oh, that was so close to... Motherfucker. I was never good with this specific thief. I don't know why. Like, you would think it'd be a lot easier, but it's just not. Like, the supercharged thieves in, I believe it's Icy Peaks, are so much easier than this. For real, though? Yeah. I cannot stand some people's bullshit, huh? Come on, I want to get to the second glitch of this run, if you would be so kind, game. Give me the thief, and I won't chuck you in the ocean. Yeah? I don't think there's any input lag. I think I just have a skill issue. Like, I legitimately don't think there's any input lag. I'm just bad at this game. Get fucked! And of course it's Kermit. Because why wouldn't it be? Mental lag, yeah, for real. My brain has just not been functioning correctly for, like, the past half a year. It's not been great. Okay, so I just need to... Where is that thing I need to hit? It's like... Yeah, there it is. I'm pretty sure if I just run this, it'll just, yeah, immediately supercharge. Also, the fact that this controller occasionally glitches out is not helpful at all. Okay, so we've gotten everything in here as far as I know. So the last section we need to do is Sergeant Bird. But... Uh-oh, the door's closed. And even says... Note, Sergeant Bird is currently on an important mission to the inside of a cage. Tough luck. Well, shit, how am I supposed to get the other dragon egg? I think there's 2 dragon eggs in there. And the rest of the gems. I mean, like, damn, I wouldn't be able to do anything about that. The door is locked pretty tightly. Like, look at the thing. It even has that special little lock. And nobody gives a shit. That's just a thing you can do. You can just jump on top of that cage, go straight to the back, and you can just do this. So we'll just quickly finish off this level. This is one of the levels... Okay, so you know how there's the screensavers that you have for games sometimes that shows you gameplay so it doesn't, you know, burn into the screen? This is one of those levels, and the person who plays this level is just so bad at it. Like, for no reason. Okay, and I'm pretty sure there is actually a skill point if I gather all these and place them down here. If I recall correctly, if you get all of them, they dance around and you get a skill point. I'm just staying home tomorrow. I even told it my back was in pain because of overdoing it today. So yeah, I hope she isn't pissed. But you know what? I couldn't care less if she is, because unlike some others, at least I do come in and work during those days. During those days that is optional, and actually do my job despite still having pain problems. Yeah, and you just know that there's multiple people in the background who are half-assing it. Like, multiple people in multiple different ways. They're just half-assing whatever it is they're doing. I mean, I would too, to be fair, but I don't work there, so it's not a problem. Okay. Oh, don't need that one. Just quickly go back and grab those couple gems. Yeah, there's at least 3 different people that stayed home every single school day at home day. Yeah. I can't wait for them to complain about, oh, why do we have to stay all these days at the end of the year? Motherfucker, you were told this whenever this happened. That, hey, if you miss out on these days, you're going to have to make them up at the end of the year. Just watch, and they're going to find some way to finagle their way out of it. No doubt about it. They don't care. Yeah, I'm not surprised. They probably care as much about the job as they do the kids that they're working for, technically. I say technically because you're not directly working for them, but you are providing a service for them, so... Even if that service is them putting bloody spitballs all over the windows and roof again. They do it specifically just so they don't have to move shit, yeah. That's pretty predictable, huh? Okay. Now, I am missing a 5 somewhere. Alright, there's the skill point. I just want to take another quick sweep to make sure I'm not missing anything. Because I'd rather not have to do this glitch again if I need to. I mean, I could have left something behind in the main world or the super speed area. Oh wait, there it is. I'm literally just blind. Is anyone surprised? No? Okay. Alright. At least this way it's a lot easier to just grab them all and dump the heads back on the bodies. Also, apparently this is like a hazing ritual for getting into their club. Like, they're playing hide and seek with their heads. If this were any other type of creature, that would be kind of horrific. Like, what if you could never find one of their heads again? Like, they hit it too well. Well, they're just gonna go back and find their own head? I think not. The sad part is that they are the only ones that are even strong enough to move a load of heavy shit. Yeah. It's always the ones that are strongest that are laziest, apparently. Or at least when it comes to lifting stuff at jobs. Yeah, so this entire thing was quite literally just a hazing ritual. Also, Saving Private Ryan. You know, a joke from the 2000s. Okay, so that's that level done. And technically, because I went to this level, I have enough eggs to access this level. Because you require 8 eggs to get into this level. I started with 6. So, the portal will actually be there now. Well, it should have been there. So, yeah, like, the portal's... See, 10 eggs... I'd already got the remaining ones I needed from that specific level. So he just went home without me. Alright, Sheila's Alp next, I think. Okay, you know what? No, I'm grabbing that butterfly. It's been pissing me off this entire time. Gotta conserve our energy for much more important things. Yeah, like apparently making abominations against God and nature to be able to sled in the snow. Like, I am genuinely concerned for your health. Part of the reason why I started streaming again was just in the hopes that I could maybe reprimand you from doing this dumb shit. Like, brother, why are you like this? Anyway, Sheila. Hello, you fuckhead bear. Give me the kangaroo, yeah? I have, like, a photo, like a 3D render of Herobrine about to blast Moneybags' face off. And it's probably one of my favorite 3D renders I've made so far. Like, it kind of deserves it. Moneybags is just an absolute dick. I can see why you hate Moneybags. Yeah, he charges, like, I think it's 1,200 at the end to release Agent 9. It's either 1,200 or 1,500, one of the two. And, like, he does this constantly throughout the game. In fact, he's that much of a bastard that there is a speedrun route where you don't pay Moneybags a single gem. Like, somebody went and routed that. You were hoping I would show up. I would be hoping that you would not die to your own stupidity. Or insanity when it comes to making mechanical objects. One of the two. Sometimes great brilliance and stupidity are functionally indistinguishable from each other, and trust me, I would know. Thankfully, Sheila's Alp is a lot easier to navigate. It's pretty linear, all things considered. Oh my god, but the Kaizo version of this level from Return to the Forgotten Realms, man, that sucked. There was like a whole parkour section with the ground pound crates, and you had to like jump from one to the other, and Sheila's forward mobility while she's in the air is not great, especially when double jumping. Stupidity, yes. Reckless, surprisingly, also yes, but is fun. I mean, to be fair, I am playing what is essentially a haunted console, so I suppose I can't really call you out on it too much, huh? Alright. Speaking of, I haven't seen any fucky shit yet, which is... I mean, like, sure, it's relaxing, but that's also vaguely concerning considering what happened last time. I think it's probably just because I'm streaming, it's not gonna do it. I don't know how I should feel about that, though. Alright. Everyone wore a helmet. I think... Okay, I'm gonna say, I don't think that helmet is protecting much if you're the type of person to come up with something like that. Hopefully we're wearing other protective gear besides helmets. Improperly fitting, but a helmet nonetheless, that's not any better. In fact, that could, in some cases, arguably be even worse. Also, I see you've got a funny little emote there, Foxy. What, did they just make that specific cat a fox and then just make that into an emote? Because, I mean, fair enough. It is kind of cute. But yeah, the Kaizo for this one kind of really fucking sucks, actually. Because the jump around section that you do for this lands you behind this house specifically, but you have to take the long way around. You can't just glitch in behind. And it's stupidly difficult, to say the least. I think I spent like maybe 10 or 20 lives trying to get to that specific egg. Alright, so I'm just going to ignore... I was going to say I'm going to ignore him, but no, you can die. Essentially, he's going to start yelling and whatnot to quote-unquote attract the Rhinox, so it's not going to do shit, so... Just need to curb stop these houses. Was that a nerdy dragon? Yeah, there's going to be quite a few of those in this game. And also, I believe, is it Bentley's Outlook? There is also a dragon quite literally called Charlie, so... I think I've made a Twitter post about it one time, like a really long time ago. That long, in fact, that it was still called Twitter at the time. Alright. Kick this bird's ass. Going through my photos to see what other contraptions I made recently but didn't post. Are you trying to raise my blood pressure to unsafe levels? Because that's a pretty good way to do it. There was like another version of this game I wanted to try get running. Well, not this game specifically, Spyro 1. Where it's, you get gems and dragons. And for each gem and dragon you get better and better stats. So, like, you start the game barely being able to run and barely being able to jump. And I imagine by the end of it, it'd be quite broken. Oh, by the way, Cyclonic, have you heard about the recent Roblox news? You're gonna have to be a bit more specific than that, but I'm gonna guess and say that they're removing the classic faces and just having dynamic faces as a baseline, because if so, then yeah, I have seen that. Thanks, Bobby. Yeah, that. Yeah, I can see... Also, that's not a number. I can see why everyone's so fucking furious. Because that's people's livelihoods that they're taking away. One. And two, like, really, they're putting these things through AI? Like, they're spitting in the face of every single commissioner on Roblox, which there is a considerable amount of them, and saying, hey, you know all that work you did? Why don't you just put it through the thing that steals all of your work from you? Like, it's almost as bad as the whole dating site thing that Bazooki was yammering on about a few years ago. Well, never mind then, I'll keep them secret. I think that's probably for the best. Have you seen that people were creating a bunch of cursed and creepypasta images of David to curse him? Yeah, I saw that. I think it's incredibly fucking funny, actually. Like, I see those images and I just can't help but laugh. Because I've been on, like, the creepypasta side of things a few times now. And, like, I don't know, they just look funny to me. It honestly is funny, yeah. Like, I'm looking at them, I'm just like, yeah, that seems about right for Twitter. Because that would be the sort of thing they'd do. They would go out of their way to curse them like that. And I'm missing one still. Alright, which... Where have I not been paying attention? He deserves it, to be honest, being the dumbass that he's being. I have a comment about him that I'm going to keep to myself, mainly because I don't want to get into legal trouble. But you probably get the sentiment I already have just by me saying that. Alright, second warning. I heard the PlayStation clicking up and down. Hopefully it's not going to do anything weird. Pretty much, yeah. Like, I'm surprised that it hasn't been a thing. Just purely for the fact that he's gone out of his way to do all this stuff. I'm surprised he hasn't become a search result, so to speak, you know? Also, it is still boiling hot in here, and yeah, it's still 32. Yippee. Okay, Sunny Villa. The reason why I'm here now is because I finally finished Sheila's Alp, so that means I have access to Sheila's part of the level. I don't know that there's a glitch that allows me to access it without going to that specific level, but if there is, somebody's already found it. And burning all the trees nets me another skill point. If I get that far into the game, provided nothing weird happens, there's a good reason why I collect all the lives. It's because Spike is a bastard as a boss fight. Turns out the rest of my things are safe for work and safe for life, unfortunately. I mean, I hesitate to ask. Like, I assume you mean, like, not safe for life in the terms that it's not safe for my health. But safe for work, though, I have to question what that could have even possibly pertained to. I would consider making, like, an NSFW part of my Discord were it not for the fact that, you know, it's Discord and they've been doing some really bizarre shit lately. Yeah, I'm well aware, Zoe, thank you. Oh, funniest part of the game. Gets a chuckle out of me every time they smack together. They just fall backwards. Thankfully, I think that made it into the remaster too. I'm pretty sure it did anyway. If it didn't, that would be a crying shame. Okay, I'm gonna rant about something for a second. I don't mind the Reignited trilogy. Did they just hard smooch each other? Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what happened there. So, I like the Reignited trilogy, don't get me wrong. But Spyro 3 feels really unfinished. Like, there's no additional animations or anything like that for all the dragons. There's, like, a couple of generic ones, far less than what's actually in this game, specifically. And, like, I know they're on a time crunch because Activision is just a bunch of dickheads. But my gripe is the fact that the people who assisted with Spyro 3 specifically was Sanzaru. And anyone who has ever heard me complain about the Sly Cooper series, more specifically Sly 4, knows exactly why I fucking hate Sanzaru. Like, don't get me wrong, Sly 4, terms of mechanics, absolutely great game. Like, I appreciate the fact that they changed out Bentley's fishing pole for, like, robotic arms that could pickpocket better and all that. And, like, you can plant bombs in people's pockets and that. But the story leaves quite a considerable amount to be desired, one. And two, they didn't even finish the story. They just made Sly 4. If you collect everything in the game, it gives like an implication that, oh yeah, Sly has gone to Egypt and needs to find his way back. And then nothing. Like, that game came out, I want to say 2014. So that game has been out for over 10 years, and there's just been no resolution to the story. And that pisses me off more than anything, is not having a satisfying conclusion to a story. Like, you know how there's the whole joke of there's no war in Ba Sing Se? There's no Sly 4 in Ba Sing Se. Goodbye, Zoe. Like, there has not been a single game company that has offended me personally more than Sanzaru. Like, I played the Ratchet and Clank game that they made. It was okay, but again, it sort of just feels phoned in more than anything else. Like, I won't lie and say that their game mechanics are shit, because they do pretty decent game mechanics of all things. But I feel as though they should probably leave the writing to a different studio. I'm so glad the little guys don't attack in this level, because half the time I can't even see the things. Okay, that guy's going to try and smack me, but absolutely not. Okay, talk to the mayor. Thank you, Leo. Okay, I swear. Also, yeah, he's doing the chicken dance. I don't think that they had this in the Reignited trilogy. If they did, I must have missed it. But, like, some of those custom animations just don't show up at all in the game. It's kind of disappointing. Also, I just heard the console just sort of switch gears. So, I'm not sure what that's about. I'm slightly concerned. Why the fuck do you gotta do that dance? The joke is that they think it's a giant chicken egg because the thing about this level is just giant chickens. That's why all the Rhinox have massive drumsticks in that. And the mayor gives you a quote-unquote giant chicken egg, and the dragon that hatches out of it does the chicken dance. That's why. It's early 2000s humor. Actually, yeah, it is early 2000s. This game came out in 2000. Hence the name Year of the Dragon. Actually, can somebody fact check that? Did this game... Was year 2000 Year of the Dragon? I'm pretty sure it was, but I haven't fact checked that. Fair enough, yeah. There's like some pretty questionable humor in these older games. I wouldn't say questionable as in like you might not want a child to see it. It's more like it's the basic jokes. Post it in memes because I don't know where else to post my bestest creation ever. Okay. What have you posted? What is that? Like, I see what I assume to be speakers, but what does that do? I would like a little bit of context, please, likely. Like, did that play a fart sound or something? I just couldn't hear it. Like, what's the deal? Oh, yeah. And because this game is from the 2000s, there's several obligatory skateboarding levels. Like, Tony Hawk was a huge thing in this era, so every single game has just a skateboarding section for whatever reason. Actually, I wondered. I'm just gonna have to quickly check this. Just give me a singular moment, chat. What's the cheat code for this? I know the cheat codes didn't change between Reignited and the original game. There it is. So for PlayStation, it's up, up, left, left, right, right, down, down, square, square, circle. Do I have to be on the board for it to work? It might be the case. Actually go to Super Cheats, because I know for a fact that thing is old enough to have the correct... Yeah, I need to actually be on a skateboard. Not a fart sound, but it's something simple, maybe just be quiet. Okay, I'll have to check it again later when I have better audio. Okay, so up, up, left, left, right, right, down, down, square, circle, square. Okay, it is different. So yeah, I'm now skating on a squid. So that is just a thing you can do. Yep, alright. Time to catch the lizards. It doesn't matter if I accidentally run myself into something in this specific section, because if you fall off your skateboard, nothing happens. At least not in this version of the mission. In the second part of this mission, you have to do this in 2 minutes without crashing. And that can be a little bit obnoxious sometimes, but it's whatever. Yeah, yeet. And there's always at least one of those little shits that likes to hide. But you can't hide forever. Oop. Except you can, because once you fall off the board, they sort of just hide. You have to actually be off the skateboard in order to hit them. Was that meant to be a cheetah or a leopard? I'm pretty sure he's a cheetah, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, he has like the whole sort of questionable legality of drugs and skateboarding persona. I don't like how they recharacterized him in the Reignited trilogy to be more energetic. I don't think it fits him. Like, he sounds like... I think somebody else put it pretty aptly when they said he sounds like a cereal mascot. Haha, drugs. Yeah, it's just really light amounts of drugs. Also, in the second game, he quite literally gets stoned. He has his feet turned into rocks. That's not a joke, that's just a thing that happens in that game. Alright, and the last one is just that one off that ramp. I always do that one last because I know that's where the last one's always going to be. Because if I'm like looking at the counter, I see 14, that's just my sign to go up to that specific ramp. Alright, Hunter, give me the egg. Okay, I swear that took slightly longer. Alright, run it back, you son of a bitch. We've got 2 minutes on the clock. Let's get this done. Actually, it's 3 minutes. I thought it was 2. Did they change it in Reignited? I always assumed it was 2. Also, if I make it to the level that was cursed the first time around, well, the last time I played this, that is also a level that has a skateboarding rink in it. And instead of chasing stuff down, you actually have to do fun tricks for points. And absolutely smoking the shit out of Hunter is just always so funny to me. Maybe because he says that, and I just immediately want to use that skateboard to just pin him to a wall. Just pick up the skateboard and just jam it straight into his throat and pin him to the wall. Like, that's probably going to be the second most annoying voice line in this series. Next to Trouble the Trolley, eh? Fucking hate that bird. Like, that's the original version of that fucking bird that I hate. Is the Trouble with the Trolley bird. If anyone wants to go and look it up on YouTube, like, if you just search up Trouble with the Trolley, eh? You'll know exactly why everyone hates that specific voice line. Here, shove this banana down his throat. I think he'd probably take that a little too easily, maybe? Although, mind you, like, his neck, in terms of polygons, is quite small, so maybe it would work. Maybe. It's really questionable if it will, though. Ah, dang it. I was looking at chat and I accidentally fell off. I won't be the only thing that's falling off when it comes to me. Alright. How long have I been streaming for? 53 minutes? Not bad. I could probably do this a bit faster if I wasn't also looking at chat, but, you know. It's always fun to see what the general public has to say about my, quite frankly, subpar gaming skills. Oh, okay, chat. I managed to bait Charles into thinking that I had Luigi unlocked in Super Mario 64. Because I was testing out the HDMI upscaler to make sure it worked, right? And because I had my Nintendo 64 out already, wow, blaming chat. I mean, what kind of streamer doesn't blame their chat at least twice per stream? Okay, but like my BF constantly says banana for no reason at all, like every single time I'm with him. That's just the fucking relationship equivalent of me just saying oatmeal. Like, it's just one of those jokes not meant to make sense. Oh, I knew that was going to happen the second that I ramped that. The second the Spyro started spinning on that ramp, I knew I was going to crash. If you go into a ramp that's too shallow, like if your angle is too shallow, you will always fall off. No matter how you spin your board, you will always fall off the board. Alright, let's just get this. Got you. English hard? Yeah, it is hard. Especially when you're trying to do English, play video game, and talk to chat. Because one of those, you can just yap. The other one, you have to actually focus on the screen. And the third one, you have to be able to use English and play video game at the same time. It also means you can't look at your screen either. Okay, I gotta make sure I pick up that one on the ramp that I missed. The blue ramp up there. Because I did miss that one, and that's gonna be a piss if I forget. Oh shit. Okay, I don't want to risk that because I probably would fall off if I did. Oh yeah, Foxy, I don't know if you've heard, but I've added a quote command. And before you ask, yes, I already added the shut quote from a while back. I would say the full quote, but I don't really want to trigger the echo if I can. Just want to avoid that. Otherwise, it's just going to be irritating. I don't know if it would even pick up on my microphone anymore, actually. Because I have, like, an actual, essentially, noise gate filter on this thing. So, I don't know if it'd pick up or not. Okay, so I've just got those last two to grab. Hang on, I'll get to that in just a... Oh, god damn. Okay, yep. Might sleep early, to be honest. Had to wake up at 4:45 this morning and only got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep at most. Please go and sleep, Foxy. Jesus Christ. You're gonna run yourself into the ground doing that. I'm probably going to be streaming for a while. Not yet too early. I mean, fair enough. Just make sure you get some decent amounts of sleep. I've had a bit of a weird thing happen. Sort of after I had my eye surgery. For whatever reason, I think it was like mid-October this started happening. I just stopped being able to sleep for more than 7 hours straight. I used to sleep for like 8 to 9 hours. But then my body was just like, you know what? No, fuck you. You get short sleeper syndrome now. I'm not even biologically wired for that. Also, I napped when I got home. Okay, yeah, fair enough. So, now, whenever I wake up at stupid hours of the morning, which is pretty much every morning for the time being, I just go for a walk. Like, I just go around the block. I think I go somewhere in the realm of, like, I think it's 1.75, 1.78 kilometers in roughly about 15 minutes. Something thereabouts. Like, it's decently fast for somebody of my size. I hate the fact that this little shitling is debating me. Get back here, you little bastard. Oh, you little shitling. I can do this as many times as I want. I hope you realize that. Okay, why is it doing that? That should not be the way that it's functioning. Like, normally that should be further back, and for whatever reason, it's just starting a lot further forward than usual. Alright, it's gone. Unlimited power? Yeah. I mean, not necessarily. Because sometimes my dumbass brain just decides to wake up at like 5 o'clock. And then when I try to force it to go back to sleep, it just doesn't. Alright, Hunter, give me the egg, you bastard. Now, I swear to God, the amount of time that it's taking is just slightly longer than it should be. And the reason I say that is because you see, like, there's a little moment where it just stops for a second and then continues. That moment where it stops is where it actually should be hatching, and then slightly... Oh yeah, this is the giant chicken they're talking about, by the way. I was talking about when you said that you had unlimited tries. Yeah. Like, it doesn't take away from your life count if you fail, so... Okay, so the last thing I need to do is Sheila's Alp. That's Sheila's Alp. Sheila's part of the level, rather. Also, probably a pretty accurate representation of what dating life is like these days. This next level. Okay, just let this go. Keep an eye on this one, chat. Because this guy says that he's lost his love and that she's guarded at the top of the tower. Basically, this is just like essentially a Rapunzel story, right? This is going to be relevant later. Also, these guys are really fucking annoying. They swing a lot sooner than most other enemies in Sheila's levels. And they can get some pretty unfair hits off if you're not careful, which I usually am not. Okay, that's the first section there. There is a sort of hidden section that if you're not paying attention, you'd never even notice it was there. So, this section of the level, you go here, right? And like you're focusing on this guy, you just kill him, and then obviously your objective is up there, right? But most people don't notice that there's actually a section up here that you still gotta do, and this is what I mean about unfair shots. Because he's always prepared, and you will almost always take damage from that guy. He is an absolute annoyance, and quite frankly, a menace to society at large. He should be put in prison. And there we go. Okay, why does my neighbor have a loud as fuck phone ringtone? Like, what the hell? Even I could hear that through the headset, which probably means it picked up on mic. How much of an inconsiderate bastard do you have to be? Oh my god, he's taking a goddamn conference call outside. I have to have the windows open because it's boiling hot in here. And he's just here taking a actual just speaker call outside in his backyard. Like, probably not even 2 meters from my open windows. Like, bro, are you for real? Like, I get it's hot, but like, come on, man. Those apartments probably have AC in them. This room does not. Okay. Goodbye. Hopefully by the end of this level, I should have all the gems. Because if I don't, that is going to be a huge problem. Because a lot of the areas in this level to check for gems, at least places I wouldn't have hit the first time around, like, they're pretty annoying to get to. Also, what is with this camera's perspective? I've never understood it in this level. Like, it always moves around. Like, I assume to get to, like, to show where you are. But I just find it disorientating. Alright, so this is the response. So, canonically, this bear has a restraining order against the guy who says that he's quote-unquote lost his love. But in reality, she just filed a restraining order against this guy because he was being that much of a weirdo. That's literally the plot of this level. Like, I couldn't tell you why. Okay, a bit of a problem. I don't have all the gems. So, I'm going to be careful when descending this tower. Normally, I'd just yeet myself off the top. But since I don't know where these last few gems are, I'm just going to make my way down slowly. At least as slowly as I can. The issue being I can't exactly see where the steps are coming back down this way. Okay, so there's nothing there. This is like the one time where I'd find this specific camera thing to be useful. Because I'm not changing the camera, it's just automatically doing this. Okay. And that's why I hate this level. Or at least a specific part of the level. Doesn't look like there's anything in the tower though, so just find a good spot to throw myself off. This will work. I just want to quickly double check this first floor just to make sure I haven't missed anything. Okay, so I probably didn't miss anything in this part of the level. Statistically speaking, the most likely location that I would have missed a gem would be in the skateboard section of the level. But I'll be honest, I don't think I've missed anything there either. It might just be a main level issue. Actually, how many am I missing? Oh, actually, I think I know where this one might be. Okay, there's one. So, missing a second one. In which case, I don't know where this last gem could be, because a 1 could be, quite frankly, anywhere. I was thinking, because it's a 2, that might be in that area that I jumped off just before I got to this level, and it is actually there. Who would have fucking thunk it? Because I was thinking, dashing off to this section of the level, I was like, hang on. The second I jumped off, I was like, wait. Is there like a third gem I missed there? And lo and behold, yes there was. Alright, so that is Sunny Villa done. It's always, like, since this is technically the quote-unquote first level of the game, like, this is a really easy start. And I appreciate that. Okay, cool. So, I think everything is going well. Alright, Cloudy Spires is next. And this is one of the levels where I think it had extensive routing to avoid money bags. Because there is a section in this level where you have to pay him to get across some bellows. But apparently somebody found a way to just yeet themselves. And you can just avoid money bags that way, apparently. Okay. Boink. Already I've got so much cash. Normally I wouldn't have this much cash this early in the game, but I did do Molten Crater first, so... I have a little bit more pocket change than usual. So this one's going to want to yap with me. Yeah, we already know. Your cloud generator's blocked and you need me to go and fix it. By the way, there's an egg in said cloud generator and that's why it's blocked. That's a gliding tutorial. Alright, time for the most satisfying part of the game. Hopefully I can get this right the first time. And I didn't. Whoops. Chat's gonna be so furious with me. Normally you can like swing all of those at once and it's really satisfying to do, but I'm just bad. Also, there's a gem down here I always miss whenever I play this level. I don't know how it keeps happening. Boink. Yeah, I know. The metal armor prevents them from being flamed. Zoe, respectfully, I've been doing this for far too long. Okay, just wait until these guys are lined up. There we go. That's a little bit better. By the way, the big guys in this level don't do any damage. They can, like, throw you around. Like, you'll just slide along the ground, but they don't actually hurt you. The only time that you'd get into a situation where you'd get killed by them is if you were blown off, like, a ledge or something. Which is hilarious because I think there's maybe 1 or 2 instances in this level where that becomes a problem. And it's like at the very end of the level. Okay, yeah, no, that definitely took longer than usual. It took probably like half a second longer, but I've been playing this game so many times and for so many years that I just know immediately that something is off. What is the guy next door yammering on about? I have no idea what kind of chat he's having, but whatever it is, it's fairly energetic, that's for sure. Alright. Bellows. Honestly, I wouldn't mind making a Spyro-themed level. That'd be kind of fun, I think. Oh, yeah, so I'm going to say no the first time because this is just the dumbest line in the entire series. It's kind of funny, but also not at the same time. No, it really wasn't Moneybags, and quite frankly, you should be embarrassed of yourself. Alright. And these are going to go up immediately. I can't really reach them in time. But that is okay. The cycle is fairly quick anyway. I suppose if like you were doing speedrunning, there's probably tech to be able to get to that immediately. Okay. That one's always a little bit dicey. So he's going next, and then I can just charge this guy. It should be fine. Alright, hello Zoe. Yeah, I know how to glide, thanks. I wasn't born yesterday. Also, canonically, since this is Spyro's 3rd adventurous outing, like, he should already know all this. Like, why is Zoe so intent on teaching you things you should already know at this point? And besides, Hunter gives you a flying tutorial quite literally in the first homeworld, so I don't know why she's giving you a second one now. Alright, there's the cloud generator, and there it goes. Yep. So, we've got Henry. Oh yeah, that's definitely longer than it should be. Oh, I wonder if we're going to see the thing again. Because if we do, this is going to be a really interesting stream. I kind of hope that we do see the glitching. Yeah, I can hear the disc spinning. Usually it doesn't do that in the PS1 consoles, or PSX in this case. So it'll be interesting to see if the game decides to turn to shit. Not entirely out of the question, but it's possible. And y'all are gonna see some stuff if it does do that. Okay, just gather up everything in here, because I'm not going to have much time to do it once I start doing this task. The task being you have to take these sun seeds to the pot in the middle of the room. But in order to do that, you have to chase after them and flame them. And they cool down over time. Once they cool off, they sort of just disappear and they have to respawn. So doing the gems now instead of later would just save me a lot of headaches. I don't think there's any up on those ledges. If there are, I can just grab them later. Oh wait, almost missed one. And then I think the only other thing is just the belfry. Okay, so fun fact. You can just step on this button and it does... I'm so annoyed, man. What's happened, Foxy? You can step on this button to activate this task, but you can also just flame them. Like, there's literally no need to use the button at all. There's one. I'll just press the button a second time to prove a point. Oh my god, go away. Shoot. So yeah, you can just hit the button or you can just flame them. I think pretty much every time I've been playing this game for the past couple of years, I've just used my flame ability to start this mission. Because quite frankly, I just couldn't be asked to hit the button. Hang on a second. Why is there... That's not supposed to happen. So, the console's sort of not having it the second. That specific animation is not supposed to play while he's in the pot. Because that's the moving animation. Okay, I missed it. But, like, I'll just quickly compare this for a second so y'all can understand. I used to absolutely love getting on Dragon Adventures and playing the events, but now I'm just getting to the point where I can't enjoy playing it anymore, and it's sad. Well, that's unfortunate. Like, any specific reason, or are you just sort of tired of playing it? Yeah, but, like, you see the one on the left is doing what it's supposed to, but the one on the right is just moving for whatever reason. Shouldn't be doing that. Okay, you can stop that. Alright, there we go. The developers are just ruining the game and it frustrates me so much. Are we talking about Microtransaction City here? Because if so, that's really unfortunate. Thank you for the egg. Okay, y'all notice that, right? Like, it's not just me that's noticing that the egg is taking slightly longer to hatch. Like, I'm not just tweaking, am I? Also, there's another section of the level I still gotta do for the gems in an egg, so do that in just a moment. Also, yeah, the thief makes a return in this level, but it's a blue one, and there's no supercharge. I think this guy's fairly easy to catch if I recall correctly. All I have to do is just position myself just to cut him off a little bit. Okay, missed that. That's fine. I'll read that in just a moment, Foxy, once I've caught this one. Alright, where did he go? Is he still running? He's probably still running. Yep. He is all the way back there. It's a shame that, like, they don't slow down the further away they are from you, but that's just the way this game is. That and just the fact that they keep making every event more and more grindy. Like, it makes it less enjoyable to play when you have to dedicate your entire day to just get one egg. Oh, that's rough. And let me guess, they conveniently sell the solution in form of, like, a game pass or, like, the ability to get extra points or eggs or dragons or whatever. Because that seems like the sort of thing that greedy developers would do. And I haven't played Dragon Adventures probably in a couple years at this point. But even then, like, the event was super grindy and, quite frankly, not really that enjoyable. I think the last time I played it, I was doing, I think it was, like, the Roblox event, like, the Hunt Return or whatever the hell it was. Alright, time to exercise some evil spirits. That is quite literally what this is, actually. I can't believe I did that first try. Usually it takes me a couple to do that. Also, yeah, evil spirits are haunting the bell towers, and the bell towers need to ring in order for that cloud to produce rain. Okay, there's Jake. And there's a couple more gems for me here. Okay, so now all I need to do is just that last section of the main level, and we should be out of here. Okay, how do I access this? Oh wait, I think I remember. So it's across here. And then there should be a whirlwind to, yeah, get up to that back section there. The fun thing is, this whirlwind is not accessible until after you beat the level and go into a sub area or leave the level and come back. Like, it doesn't spawn until you reload the level, essentially. I didn't miss anything here, did I? Yeah, there was one gem. And I think this is just the last one over here. That looks like 5, 10, 15, 25. So I'm missing a 5 somewhere. Oh, actually it'll be in that guard there. So if I kill him, yeah. So that would be all the gems in this level. And that would be the last egg. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the new dragons that get added, but, like, I just can't find any kind of enjoyment in wanting to get them anymore. Because they're either behind a fucking paywall of over 1.5k Robux, or are behind a wall of missions that you have to do every week and every day to unlock said dragons from a damn season pass. Yeah, like, it's ridiculously greedy. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I kind of understand how people end up spending that much money, but it still sucks. Waves, hey Wern, how you doing? I am playing the funny dragon game. I tried joining earlier, but Twitch was giving me issues. Actually, that was my bad. I accidentally had the bitrate set too high, and it just broke Twitch, at least Twitch's side of the stream. YouTube was still functioning, but Twitch was just like, nope, I'm not dealing with this much information. Twitch just shat itself. Twitch just straight up got overstimulated and shut down. It's so funny. Like, that's just the physical embodiment of overstimulation is what Twitch just did there. Alright, oh, there is actually a swim and air glitch in this level. But in order to do it, I need to do a second glitch, which I have to go to Magma Crater for. So there's a glitch that you can do, and I'm not as good as at it as I used to be because it requires a lot of timing. But essentially what you can do is if you drop yourself in like an acid pit or a lava pit, and you take enough damage, if you pause right as you're about to die, you can exit the level and essentially you become zombified. It's called the Dead Alive glitch appropriately. And if you start a level underwater, you can just swim in the air. Like, that's a property of the glitch. But on the reverse side, if you are in a level with water and you jump into the water, you cannot swim. That's literally just how that glitch works. I might do it sometime later because that was quite fun. I've been doing pretty alright, same. I forgot you bought me the Spyro trilogy like several years ago. I mean, to be fair, like, it's not incredibly important that you play it. It's just one of those fun little things that you can get around to it when you feel like it. I personally prefer the original game because there's so many funny things you can do with it. I think I bought that one on Steam sale too. Oh yeah, the premise of this level is that a bunch of seals took a submarine for a joyride. Like, they actually stole a submarine and crashed it, and now the Rhinox have locked them in jail. And, like, I fail to see how the Rhinox are in the wrong here, because they did quite literally not only commit Grand Theft Auto, but they also committed property damage. Yeah. Guy who only Monster Hunter and Kingdom Hearts, but my partner has been using my copy to play. Yeah, fair enough. I'm surprised you'd even let your copy go to play. I feel like that's the sort of thing that you just wouldn't let out of your sight, but fair enough, I suppose. Alright, there you go. I just witnessed a Stego commit by walking off the little floating island it was on. The Steam family. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Also, yes, that is a dragon crying underwater. The things that happen in this game can just be really odd sometimes. And, alright. But yeah, like, you would think the dragon would just start flying, but apparently not. For context, I'm Prehistoric World in DA, which is what I meant by that. Yeah, I picked up on that one. I'm just surprised they didn't just, like, try flying or something. Also, these guys quite literally pull barrels out of their asses. That's not even a bit, that's just literally how this animation works. Like, I'm just gonna kill one of these guys. I'm gonna go to that guy at the very top, and I'm just gonna show y'all this. Like, he quite literally pulls that barrel out of his ass and throws it. My brother, what are you, a fucking clown car? How many of those do you have in there? Anyway. Infinite supply? Yeah, apparently. And I refuse to believe that they're all full size in there, because you can see them, like, expand the second that they're removed. Did you say try to fly? It's a Stegosaurus that can't fly. I believe the Stego that Wern is talking about is a Dragon Stegosaurus that could in fact fly. Also, I just got splattered. Yippee. What the fuck? Yeah, like, man, what is this? As I said, this like, the early 2000s games are just weird sometimes with the way that they implemented some stuff. Also, you can yeet those barrels back at them, but I just thought it'd be funny to... Also, I say the one that he's referring to as though you weren't the one who's saying that... No, I was the one that said Stego. Yeah. I thought you were referring to the Stego dragon and not like an actual Stegosaurus. I'm sorry, chat. I'm still getting used to the new chat system that I've got set up. It allows me to see chat on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, so I don't have to have multiple tabs open for it. But so far, YouTube has been fairly quiet, so I can't confirm whether it works or not. But yeah, what I've been up to is trying to get through my final semester, mentally and emotionally. Fucking mood. But yeah, like, I could just let this go on forever, yeah? Like, it just keeps going. I know he'd be a dream guy for somebody, but certainly not for me. Nah, it's just named Stego in game for short, yeah. I figured as much. Submitted my portfolio for scholarship shit the other week, so good. Nice. I've seen some of your portfolio stuff. It's really cool, actually. I wish I was that good at art, but I'm not. Teachers say my variety of work in my portfolio is good, but I mean, like, I think I can probably quote Charles in saying this, that your own biggest critic is yourself. I sort of had to deal with that recently, because when I get back to doing, like, 3D modeling streams and whatnot, I am planning on doing, like, pose work, so I have actually good references for character posing. Which unfortunately means I have to take photos of myself, because do you all have any idea how hard it is to find good references when there's so much AI garbage around? Thank you, lol. I should probably get caught up in posting on the artwork channel. I mean, just take as much time as you feel you need to. Alright, so... But yeah, unfortunately, if I'm going to be doing posing work, I have to actually look at myself when I take photos, which is not something I enjoy. Oh yeah, these guys are committing an act of terrorism, by the way. I mean, granted it's blowing up a sandcastle, but that's still an act of terrorism. I love your artwork, it's so unique. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I fucking get that. I was talking to my art teacher about that. I was trying to find references for a Rainy City Street, and all of it was AI. Oh, like... I don't understand why it's so prevalent. Yeah, finding references is so fucking hard to find now with all the AI bullshit. It's so frustrating. But yeah, these guys are committing a casual act of terrorism. So, the thing is, I've gotten a new camera recently, like I got it for Christmas, and when I actually go to take photos and whatnot, I've actually had to grab additional equipment. So, for those of you who don't own a Canon camera, which is probably most of you, Canon has like this app, right? And you can use said app to like transfer photos, like take remote photos, like you can have your phone in your hand and take the picture from a distance and all that. I do not ascribe to any of that bullshit, because the Canon app requires you to make an account. And if anyone has learned anything from the Adobe situation, you'll know exactly why I don't like the idea of using the app. Also, Lamau. Seals got punished for committing acts of terrorism. Yeah, so a fun thing that has transpired, more specifically, this is a Pinterest thing. So Pinterest has had such an issue with AI stuff that they've made it so you can filter out AI stuff. And they're even using AI to detect AI generated or edited images, and you can just block them. And quite frankly, that's the best thing Pinterest has ever done. Like, talk about a villain to hero arc. Pinterest is just like the lowest common denominator of websites to upload images to, but they're apparently on the forefront of getting rid of AI garbage, so I can't really make a comment on what they're doing. If I accidentally use an AI reference photo in my College Board submission for APR, that shit's an automatic 0. I paid $90 for that exam. I'm sorry? They charged you that much. And also, yeah, apparently an egg survived because it was in this guy's pocket. I'm sorry, like, you paid 90 for that? Don't tell me that you, like, got by that. That's honestly so fucked up. What? How is it even fair to give you a 0 for your exam if you don't even know you've used an AI reference or not? Yeah, that's just like... Also, this drug is called Molly. If anyone knows, like, about the secondary names for drugs, you know exactly why that one's just a little bit on the nose. But yeah, like, sometimes it's really hard to tell that you're using an AI reference. Like, you don't even catch it until after you're finished. Like, it's stupid. Let's see, quickly catch up the chat. Fair enough, but, like, Google's filtering doesn't help at all. It's fucking crazy, dude. No, we haven't submitted yet. We're submitting in May. Okay, well, that's good. You just really need to be careful about vetting your stuff. Yeah, no, for real, you can't trust Google with pretty much anything these days. I've been saying that for years. Like, no joke. Google is so untrustworthy. I personally have been using DuckDuckGo because they actually have AI filtering. Like, it's not perfect, but it's certainly better than what Google's doing. And plus, you can actually turn their search suggestions off, unlike Google. So, take that information as you will, chat. But yeah, like, I don't trust the Canon app because I feel like there's inevitably going to be a point where they're like, oh, hey, by the way, because you agreed to our TOS, we're just going to use your account as training data. And like, okay, yeah, sure, fair enough, but like, those are personal photos. Like, what if I was taking photos of things that are like NDA related? Like, say somebody wanted me to model something for them, right? And they have me under NDA, and I have to take reference photos. Like, that could very well be a lawsuit. Like, that is a fucking horrific idea. But, like, Adobe's already doing it, so it's not out of the question that other companies could possibly lean into doing that. And that's just not great, categorically speaking. I had to filter so many image websites from my search because of these. Yeah. So, you can use Pinterest, although, again, like, the AI filters are not exact. Same with DuckDuckGo. But yeah, like, avoid Google and that sort of thing. Like, it's not great. And when in doubt, like, most of the time, you're probably better off taking your own reference images anyway if you can. There are some cases where you can't, and that's fine. But I don't think the paranoia, especially if you're paying $90 for an exam, I don't think the paranoia is worth it at that point. Like, you'd be better off for the peace of mind of just being able to take your own reference images. Okay, yeah, I'm challenging this guy to a submarine battle now. And this is a little bit cheeky, right? So you get on this, like, this skiff, essentially. And you get given 5 torpedoes, and you see those 2 enemies there, right? So your first inclination is to shoot them, but you don't need to. Like, they're not close enough to hit you. But it wastes your ammo for when you get into this fight. And essentially, you want as many hits as you can get. Okay, okay, yeah, it's the circle button. Okay. I don't particularly enjoy this fight. I used to really hate it when I was younger. So he's gonna stop in a minute and he's gonna try and repair his shark, and that's gonna be when most of my damage comes in. Because he's gonna be sitting there for like a quite considerable period of time, and that's when you can get most of the hits off. So yeah, he's gonna start fixing, and that's it. That's the fight. And then there's Roblox, who's like, scan your face and we won't sell your data to a sketchy as fuck company, we promise. That was a slow response to your comment on not trusting Google because of data reasons. How's it going? Hey Anthony, how you doing? Yeah, like, it's just really concerning, especially when you think about the fact that they can just use all that data to recreate your face and whatnot. Like, I don't find that comforting whatsoever. Like, I think y'all have seen, like, all the deepfakes and stuff and how much better they've gotten. Like, imagine somebody manages to access a database with all of, like, the faces that it has in it. They could just recreate anyone, and then that opens up so many possibilities. Love this game? Yeah, it's a good game. I haven't played this in, well, at least not this specific version, in quite some time. Because I normally play the PS3 version, but this is the original PS1 version on the original hardware, so it's a little bit buggy, and depending on how things go, like how the second world starts, we might see some rather interesting glitches, depending. I really hope we do, because that's going to be great reference material for... Actually, I can't talk about that yet because I haven't planned it out enough to give y'all any details. Also, the fact that I lost Sparks entirely is really obnoxious. Because that means you actually have to run over the gems to get them. Alright. Yeah, like, I noticed, weirdly enough, there's like 4 people watching Spyro 3 specifically. Like, I would have expected this game to not have anything at all. Is this the level with the funky chicken? I don't remember. Yes, it is. It is the level with the funky chicken. I couldn't remember if that was a Spyro 2 thing or a Spyro 3 thing, but apparently it was this level and that specific chicken. I got a Shadow on me? How's Shadow doing? Ah, yes, the tunnel. This is not one I have to worry about hitting every single enemy in. I just have to... Oh, wait, this is the one I have to worry about hitting every single enemy in. I was thinking about the one in Dino Mines, where you have to hit everything in order to get the skill point. But you do have to actually hit every enemy in this one. And sometimes the controls can be just a little bit jank in this tunnel. I mean, the hitbox is slightly larger than what it normally is, but it's not by much. I'll get to that chat in just a moment. You jerk. Yeah, Dino Mines 1 is the opposite. Avoid everything. Yeah, unless you're going for the skill point, in which case you have to hit all the enemies. But what I've noticed about Dino Mines is that you don't have to do them all in the same run. Being a spoiled little baby, that's how she's doing. Yeah, I imagined as such. And obviously you don't want to hit the mines. Whoopsies. I can't even excuse input lag for this. I'm just that bad at this game. I've been playing this for 20 odd years and I am still bad at this game. You jerk. I wonder if I should change Spyro's colour. I mean, that is a thing I have the ability to do. I'm so glad that they left that in the Reignited trilogy, the ability to just customize Spyro's color. He started laughing at me and I just exploded the mind like, I, if I'm going to hell, I'm taking you with me. That was not intentional, but by goodness, it's funny every single time it happens. Oh, you jerkwad. She literally spends her whole life in my room, really goes out to eat a potty. Do you just have a stage 5 clinging cat? Like, is that what's going on here, Foxy? I feel like you probably need a crowbar just to, like, peel her off of you. Oh, you jerk. Alright, I'm going to take a break in just a minute. Just like a few minutes of break because I do need to go and feed my dog. But I will be right back at it once I get back. Let's quickly finish off this tunnel first. And you... Oh my god, I quite literally got to the end. Bruh. Yes. Yeah, I'm not surprised about the whole needing a crowbar thing. I can't believe I choked it right at the very end. That's embarrassing. She literally rubs all over me, purring and meowing at me all the time like a all hyper like a child with ADHD. I mean, isn't that just an inherent property in cats, though? Not the cleaning thing, the ADHD thing. Of course you would be laughing at me choking, Foxy. Okay, just try and focus. Okay, I'll be back in just a moment, chat. Alright, dog has been fed. Just quickly put that away because I accidentally knocked it over. Just put that down there for now. Also, I'm so concerned about this PlayStation potentially failing on me that I quite literally have a fire extinguisher directly next to me in case it does go off. That's how concerned I am. It's just like, yeah, there's a possibility this thing could explode and hurt me. I mean, it probably doesn't help that it's on a chair directly next to me and my computer. So if it explodes, then I guess the stream's going to end, huh? And yes, I quite literally have to pry her off of me when she gets on me half the time because she refuses to move, almost like I need a crowbar to move her. When I try to move her, she just rolls back over on her other side. It's a pain. I dread to think of having a cat literally that clingy and trying to go to work. Like, probably could get away with it just because my quote-unquote job is streaming. But, good grief, I could not have a cat like that most of the time. Alright. And... to... get over here. Oh, you little shit! Well, that's the second choke I've had. Average cyclonic moment. I can't believe I've played this game for 20 odd years and I still choke at the very last one twice. Also, I love how he started laughing at me. I immediately just essentially ran him down. Like, come on, man. Talk about celebrating too early. He laughed at me and I exploded myself. Nice job. I think this is pretty much the second to last egg that I need in this level, unfortunately. And I refuse to go on without getting it. Okay. Oh, you jerk. It wasn't even the last one, it was the second to last one. Switch it up a little. I wonder if the stick is a little bit, for want of a better term, sticky. Good thing this one doesn't lose lives. Yeah, most of them don't. And quite frankly, it's a good thing. Like, I am better, legitimately, at the Dino Mines level than I am at this one. And that's, like, with the skill point, too. I'm better at the skill point than I am at this level. I couldn't tell you why. Probably because I'm more used to the game by the time I get around there. Like, maybe. Two, and get over here, you little shit. When I get ready for bed, she'll literally be meowing her face off at me, purring loudly, and trying to get into my room by throwing her body onto my door to try and push it open. Either that, or she will throw herself onto the floor and start reaching under it. Somehow, I am not surprised. Like, your cat would quite literally crawl inside you if she could. I feel like that's the case. Alright, so... yeah, destroy the squid. Yeah, now this guy is freeing his friends from jail. By the way, they quite rightly ended up in jail for what they did. Okay, got dizzy. Now, I swear that's taking longer. Okay. 5. Oh, great, I'm missing 3 somewhere. Oh, no. Okay, where could this possibly be? I know for a fact it's not in Sheila's level, because I double-checked all of that. So it's somewhere in Maine, and it's going to take forever to find it, most likely. The joys of trying to 100% this game. I would 117 this, but that's going to take so much more time than anyone is willing to watch me for. Not that I can blame them, really. Like, I think, what is it? 117% even on a speedrun's like 8 hours or something? Like, am I misremembering that? It might be slightly less. I found one of the gems at least. She would, though. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Have you tried, like, carrying her around in one of those little goldfish backpack things? Like, you know the ones with the little bubble on the front so then they can look out into the world. Have you ever tried one of those? I don't think I missed anything up here, but I'll always check. I mean, good lord, I missed a gem in the next to the speedway earlier, so I wouldn't put it past myself to... Did anyone else see the floor glitch, or was that just me? Do you have a favourite homeworld in each of the 3 games? I do, actually. So, for one, my favourite homeworld is Dreamweavers. I believe for 2, Autumn Plains... Oh, actually, all 3 of them are quite nice, I think, but I prefer Autumn Plains. And then Spyro 3, probably either Midday Gardens or Midnight Mountains. Evening Lake is good too, but that's just because of my bias when it comes to glitching this game. Oh no, she hates being held. I mean, she'll allow me to pick her up, but she will what? Will struggle in my arms. Okay. Yeah, sorry, streamer bot's being really weird about chat scrolling at the moment, so you'll have to forgive me if I cut off suddenly to scroll down and read the rest of the message. Okay, where is this gem? Is it up? It's probably up. I don't think it's in Bluto's area. I mean, I'll go and double check it anyway, but... Like, how am I always missing just one gem? Why is it always one of the ones? But yeah, like, I find Dreamweavers to be quite fun. It's strange, actually. Because I've had multiple dreams where, like, it's a modified version of Dreamweavers, and it always just ends up really weird. I don't know how it keeps happening, but it does. Almost the same for me. I like Autumn Plains and Midnight Mountains. Oh, yeah. Mountain the most, but Winter Tundra and 2 also has some of my favourite levels. I mean, like, fair enough. Winter Tundra... Ah, of course it's Bluto's level. Like, Winter Tundra, the levels are fun, but I feel like the game itself at that point is just incomplete. And I know for a fact that it is, because they were rushed to put out Spyro 2 so soon after Spyro 1. But, like, I always felt though Winter Tundra was just incomplete. I can't be the only one who feels that way. Alright, he's gonna tell me to go to the balloon. Alright, let's go. Alright, time to fight. I believe this is Spike? No, this isn't Spike. I feel like I should remember this. They all... It's not Gold because that's 2. I don't think it's Spike either. Isn't Spike 2 or 3? Like... Fight 2 or 3, I think. Which one is this? I legitimately don't remember. I'm so sorry, chat. My brain is kind of fried today. Regardless, I will be fighting you. This is a fairly easy fight, all things considered, though. It's, just try not to get squished. Okay. I believe this is 4 hits, right? The, health bar makes me think it's 4. Oh, this is Buzz, actually. I'm stupid. This is, Buzz's dungeon. So, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is where the glitching started the last time around when I was playing this. Like, when the eggs really started getting glitchy. Or rather, taking forever to hatch. In this case. Alright, where are you? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and bait him. There we go. Okay, you cheeky little jerk. You don't need to let him take the second shot. You can just ram him into the lava immediately. Okay. I guess he rolls for slightly longer. Okay. To be fair, you don't even need to let him take the first shot. And that is buzzed down. Oh my goodness, I can't with this girl. Is she being really clingy tonight, huh? Grayson. Alright. Believe that's one of the ones that produces the rainbow. They already saw one in Cloudy Spies anyway. So that's not necessarily a new animation. Did I see some more graphical glitches? Alright, so... depending on how things go... the first world I'm going to be playing in this one is Enchanted Towers. And that was when stuff really got strange. Yes, hello Bianca. I pat on the bed to get her to get on it, and instead she gets up onto it, purring, making biscuits. And when I pat on the bed again, she rolls over, laying her head directly next to my hand. Oh, that's cute. Alright, so I'll just gather everything from here. It should be pretty easy pickings, all things considered. Oh, there's also a swim and air glitch in this level too. Although it's roughly the same as Sunrise Spring, where you have to get out of bounds in order to do it. It's also slightly harder in this level, if I remember correctly. Also, I love how Hunter is there to provide you with a rock to spit at that target, but you, like, spoiler alert, you don't even need the rock. You can quite literally just do it with the fire power-up. Actually, I wonder, because it's a breakable target, right? I wonder if somehow you can get up high enough, you could just charge it and it breaks. Maybe I should try that with the swim and air glitch. That might be a fun little experiment. So I'll grab all the stuff from here, and I was going to do Enchanted Towers first, but I think I'm going to backtrack to get Sparks' level finished. Make sure that I have done everything the previous world so I don't forget later on. I've been doing like a lot of, well, I say I've done quite a few 3D renders of the Minecraft character in Spyro. And there's a specific emote on my Discord server where it's just my Minecraft character face planting, and the original image is just the character in that specific ice cave just face planting. And it's still really funny to me to look at. Because it's just straight face on the ground, but like she's just slipped over, so the leg is still like curling over. It's so funny. I have a garbage sense of humor in case anyone couldn't tell. I love the fact that the flames like stay in front of you while you're charging. So basically like this. Yeah, but like one of her legs is still over her back. Hang on, I was going to quickly show chat, but I don't think there's an easy way for me to do that right now. I might show it off at the end if I remember. But yeah, I wish I had Twitch emotes just so I could make that one specifically an emote. But I've still got a long way to go in terms of reaching the ability to add emotes, I think. Because don't you have to be not an affiliate but a partner, right, in order to access emotes? I AFK'd to go get ready for bed, but I guess I'm going to hop off stream. I'll see you later. See you, Win. Hope you have a good night. Alright. I do need the flame power up for that one. There's Hunter again. No affiliate. So you need affiliate to have emotes. Oh, right, because partner is the one that's higher up, not affiliate. I genuinely don't know how the Twitch system works, to be honest. I just stream here. I never felt any inclination to learn, because I think in order to be an affiliate, don't you have to, like, actually take money as well? Like, I know the main reason to have affiliate would be to gain money from streams, but, like, isn't that a requirement to be affiliate? Or am I just imagining that? Because if that's the case, I don't really have any desire to earn money off of my streams. I don't see any point in doing so. Maybe because I don't really need the cash. It'd probably be more useful if, like, I added a link to, like, a charity or something like that. Or if, like, somehow I managed to directly link my Twitch affiliate to a charity and just let them get the money instead. You have to have 50 followers, I think at least 5 average viewers per stream. And then a certain number of streams within a certain number of days with a certain number of hours. I think it's, like, I know it's 50 followers. I'm pretty sure it's actually 3 average viewers. And then, I think it's 14 days and 30 hours. But I might be misremembering that. I'd have to check after stream's over. Alright, that's every egg. Now I just need every gem. How did that happen? Because I'm pretty sure I landed on ground there and the game just decided, no, what? No, you're going downstairs. I think the last thing actually, there's the ones around Sergeant Bird. Oh, actually, I already grabbed those. I thought there were ones higher up next to money bags, but I guess I was wrong. There's that one. Or I'll not talk to Hunter if I can avoid it. Right, let's grab this. You know what I think's a little bit of a downgrade between 2 and 3, though? So, I know this is not a very common thing to have happen, but in Spyro 2 you were able to use the Super Flame power-up and it would shoot like this star-shaped missile underwater. But just shoots a regular fireball in 3. I don't understand why that's a thing. You'd think they would just have it be the same as 2, but apparently not. Of course there's one missing. Where is it this time? Playing fucking Where's Waldo with these gems, I swear to God. It's always the red ones too. Hunter's not gatekeeping, is he? Oh, come on. Work with me here, camera. I know you're from the 2000s, but even you should have standards, right? Actually, you know where it might be? It might be around Bamboo Terrace. It is not around Bamboo Terrace. Where is it? Also, I just realized that I skipped out on the speedway too, so I'm definitely going to have to go back for those. Not upstairs, is it? Nope. So it's either in the pond or it might be in the ice cave. Not in here. Did I leave something behind in here? Probably not. Oh my lord, Shadow just let out the highest pitched meow I've ever heard come out of her mouth. Aw, baby. Your cat has terminal baby syndrome. I hope you realize that, Foxy. Nope, not in here either. Where could this possibly be? Not back here either. Unless I missed something on the thief track. That could be the case. There's probably somebody in chat who's seen it already and it's just like, oh my god, you are really dumb. Either that or this is just a reminder of the fact that I am actually legally blind. Case in point, so we are just going to go back to Sunrise Spring and do that speedway in the Sparks level, yeah? Alright, Sunrise Spring we go. So, a speedway, which I believe is Mushroom Speedway. We have the obstacle course egg, we've got the racing the butterflies egg, and then we've also got the hunter's egg, which I believe is the one where you have to shoot the planes out of the sky. Or it might be UFOs, I'm not entirely certain on that. There's a surprising amount of hunter getting abducted by UFO related stuff. Alright, let's do time attack first. I might do hunters second before we do the race of the butterflies. Because the butterfly race is just kind of straight up boring. Actually, come to think of it, isn't this just the Dino Mines theme? Or this actually just might be the generic Speedway music. I thought this was the Dino Mines theme for some reason. It's a little bit hard to hear the music because it is at least for me it's quiet, but I think for chat it's just of normal volume. And that is all done. Thankfully the obstacle courses aren't usually too difficult, so I can usually get them in one. Yep. The insects were impressed. Okay, yeah, I feel like that's taking longer to load than usual. Alright, let's do time attack again, so I can get to Hunter's task. I don't think you can get to Hunter's task during the races because it's required that you stay on course. I think there's only like so far that you can stray from outside the dots before it flags you for not completing the race. Okay. Okay, there's one. The way that the UFOs work in this minigame are a bit weird, and they can actually just shoot you out of nowhere. Like, it can be really pesky. I also need to make sure you don't run into stuff. I'm pretty sure if you run into something, you die. If you run into something, you'll die. Thanks for proving my point, game. But I was about to get to that. I swear. Almost like she had a voice crack. Aw. Oh, speaking of voice cracking, Foxy, apparently Charles is planning on doing gaming streams again. I don't know how much interest that is to you, but he put out a community post recently saying that he was going to. I hate how low I have to be to hit some of these. It's not really comfortable. I think one comes through this tunnel, maybe? Yes, it does. Now I've just got to figure out where the hell this last one is. Ah. Speak of. Okay, surely you're not going to do this all day, right? Oh my fucking god, you are. Oh my god, you little shit. And that's that task done. Yippee. Poop tort for dessert. Poop tort. Okay, Foxy. There's Tater. Alright, now the last one I need to do, which is racing the butterflies. Honestly, this race, I mean all these races are, but this race in particular is just really boring, so we're going to be doing this for probably, I want to say somewhere within the realm of 2 to 3 minutes, provided I don't mess this up. Which, for this early in the game, I probably won't. But if I do mess it up, there's just going to be extra time that we have to spend doing this stupid task. Also, like, the first place is really far ahead in these flights. Like, that's second place over there, and then first place, I think, is probably just hitting the tunnel now. So, yeah, these things kind of cheat, actually. And for whatever reason, my neighbor decided to recreate the honk from the start of the race. Why did you need to do that? Also, these guys don't hit all the rings either, so they doubly cheat. Okay, are we just gonna get to the point here, game? Like, I've hit everything so far. The second race and onwards are more interesting because you actually get to fight these guys. Well, I say fight. You get to fire projectiles at them, and they get hit and they get hurt. And then you can just fly past them and laugh at them. Alright, nice. 228. Welcome to my brain where it comes up with stupid shit like that and thinks it's funny. I think I already was here in the first place. They don't see the rings. You're just flexing on them. They have compound eyes. Surely they must have seen the rings plenty of times at this point. Okay. I'm just going to exit the level now. We've gotten everything we need here. I'm just going to do Sparks' level as well. At least Sparks' level is a little bit more interesting than the Speedways. Were you now? Yeah, like, I'm used to my brain coming up with weird shit and then me just essentially being forced to laugh at it. So I think I drop in every so often, so to speak. Alright, twin stick shooter time. How do I fire again? Oh, right. I was just like, how do I fire again? Skipping the tutorial entirely, like an idiot. I love how she says that you need to charge down enemies. You can usually just hit them with attacks and they don't do anything. This is the only one where you actually need to charge it down. That's the only one you legally need to charge in this entire game. Well, I've already done the strafing thing, so I could have just like lined myself up and just shot entirely down the line, but it's not really necessary. Okay, so this one, technically, you don't need this power up to beat every enemy in this room, but you're required to use it, otherwise Zoe doesn't let you pass. The sad thing is that quite literally mainly only does this at night. I mean, it makes me laugh at practically anything, yeah. My brain just does it whenever it feels like it, and it can be a little bit disconcerting at times. Alright, and that's the tutorial. Now for the actual level. I believe there is 200 gems in here. And being Sparks, I can't actually point to the gems, but usually the gems are fairly easy to see. So I'm not concerned. So I'm going to pick up a green butterfly and I'm not going to use it for the rest of the level. Now it might seem odd, but I don't need to use the green butterfly for the time being, and there is a good time save later that this would be better off used on. I'll probably see multiple green butterflies in this level, but I'll just take the first one because it's easier that way for me. And I just ran my face straight into that. Nice job, dipshit. Okay, so we want red door. Okay, and there's the red door. Hopefully I'm out of range of that first set of crawdads, otherwise this might get a little bit messy. Looks like... Okay, no I wasn't, unfortunate. Thankfully I can just U-turn. There we go. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that second butterfly there, because there's a purple butterfly in that main area. If I accidentally hit it, it's going to give me, I think, the flame power up. And that's not going to be as useful as a time save as the multi-shot is. So green. Yeah, so... Like, you don't need to charge anything down. Like, that crab, I think, is one of the ones you do need. Like, you would usually think to charge down, but it's not necessary. Also, this purple butterfly is different. This one gives you shield. And it makes this one so much easier. Also, you can do that funny thing. I'm going to try for it, chat. Bonk. I don't always get that, but it's always fun when I do. I just ram my head straight first into things I should not be able to ram my head straight first into. So, at the end of every single Sparks level, for those of you who've never played this game, there is a boss. Now, the reason why I'm keeping this specific power-up is because every single boss is weak to this power-up. And I do mean literally every single one of them. Sometimes it's more effective than others, but for the most part, over every other power-up in this game, the multi-shot power-up is the best power-up to use for the boss. And you get at least one in every single level. Sometimes you have to be more conservative about when you pick it up, because say in Bugbot Factory, which is the last one in the game, you only get the one and it's pretty early in the level. And if you get it too early and you accidentally hit something, then you're sort of without it for the rest of the level. Okay, so I'm just going to walk up to this guy. He's going to start firing at me, right? And like, I fire at him, it takes a little bit of damage. So this is just the comical stupidity of this power-up. Not only does it deal massive damage, it also disables like 90% of his attacks. Like, it's just stupidly strong. Like, if I used the fire power-up for that, I would have gone through all 9 shots and not killed it. I still have 87 shots left. Out of, I think that was 300, if I'm not mistaken. Multi-shot OP as hell. Huh, I completely forgot I was gifted a sub. Neat. Okay, so yeah, this just increases my gem pickup range, which usually isn't that helpful. Alright, so I have gathered everything from the first world, and now we start on the second. Now, I don't know if Enchanted Towers is going to do the thing that happened last time, but I'm going to try anyway. It just entirely depends on if I'm actually cursed today or not. Also, I really want to try the swim and air glitch to see if I can get the thing to work. So, I sort of... Okay, here it is. So, this is a really specific jump. So, you have to jump from here, you have to jump around that rock, and there's actually one behind it that you need to end up on. Okay, I did get it, but at the same time, like, I have to do that again. But that's the rock that you're supposed to land on for this glitch. And if you remember earlier in the stream how I said there are certain parts of the geometry in levels, like it's really arbitrary which ones do and don't have collision. There's a specific piece of geometry on one of the rocks nearby to the one I'm landing on that just doesn't have collision. Like, you can just jump straight through it. And that's what's going to facilitate the swim and air glitch in this level, provided I can do it correctly. I can't always, but if I can do it correctly, like, you're going to see how important it is. If I can actually do the stupid glitch at all. I still need to get up there. Right. At least this one is slightly faster than doing the one in Sunrise Spring. But I'm pretty sure in saying that the location I'm aiming for to do the swimming is a little bit botched. Speaking of botched. And again, this is one of those levels where I can use the swim and air glitch to access a level early, in this case being Sergeant Bird's level. I could have also done it for Sheila, but I didn't really feel like it. Dang it. Are those bug emojis? Because if so, that's kind of funny. I'm surprised that Twitch doesn't have a bug emoji, like a computer glitch emoji. Or if it does, I've never seen it. Okay, there we go. Creature. Now, I believe it's that specific rock there that doesn't have collision on its top. Okay, that is correct. I just did the head bash slightly too soon. But you can see where I'm going with this, right, chat? Oh yeah, that's a thing that can happen occasionally. You just sort of have to finagle your way out of that situation if you get into it. It's just like Spyro screaming, "Why are you doing this?" I mean, like, yeah, if I was being forced to climb over rocks and glitch through reality, I'd probably be making the same face too. Okay. Let's do this again. Alright, we got it. Second time's the charm. So yeah, this is the second swim in air glitch. With Evening Lake, the glitch is different and you do have to die in order to use it. But now I'm curious, can I charge that specific target? No, you can't. This doesn't look like you can. But yeah, like, this game is kind of buggy, but like, what do you expect from something from the 2000s? In fact, I'd even go as far to say is, considering how difficult some of these glitches are to perform sometimes, I think it's actually probably better vetted than most modern video games. But yeah, so I can just grab this fire power up and take aim, so to speak. There we go. And Hunter never throw... Oh, he does throw a rock actually at the end. And there's nothing else really I need to do here. So, Enchanted Towers. This is what I call the cursed level. The last time I played this level on this disc and this hardware, I saw some shit. I don't know if I'm going to see it again. If I do, it's going to be a shock. Also, there's an audio bug in this level where the rocket explosions are ridiculously loud. So, I'm sorry in advance, chat, but that's just a thing. Okay. Technically, I don't need to spit these rocks, it's just easy to do it early. Actually, crap, I just realized I was supposed to be doing Sergeant Bird's level first. Sorry. You're gonna have to put up with 13 gems that should not be there yet. I have to do Sergeant Bird's level first because there is a Sergeant Bird level section. Well, I say level section. You get to play as him in the main level. And you do need to complete, I think it's the one egg. Yes, hello you irritating bear. Give me the bird. Also, yes, Bird, James Bird. Based on the James Bond thing. Also, every single time these guys get let out of their imprisonment, they immediately just obliterate moneybags, and it's great every single time. I'm just not showing it because I've seen these cutscenes too much. But yeah, if you look at the cutscenes, like either from the Reignited trilogy or the original game, moneybags just gets destroyed, and it's so satisfying to watch. Obliterate, like actually for real. Sheila kicks him straight in the stomach in like the first homeworld. Sergeant Bird actually explodes him, like shoots a rocket and explodes him. Bentley just straight up crushes him, which, I mean, ouch, but also deserved. And I believe Agent 9 shoots lasers at his feet. And I think, is there any balloons up here? No, there is not. I do have to be careful because some of the gems are in balloons in this level, and I don't always all deserved absolutely. I don't always get them the first time around. Also, that hummingbird just straight up disappeared, and I don't know why. Probably render distance thing. Also, the nice thing about Sergeant Bird's rockets is the fact that they, after a few seconds, they start to home a bit. So if you shoot slightly off center, they will still hit most of the time. Like, they have auto tracking. Yep, and she gives me an egg. Also, it's wild calling an egg sig fried. Like, sig fried for an egg? Are you for real? Like, are you trying to curse that poor thing? Like, good thing we saved it, otherwise it might have become somebody's lunch. Which, by the way, is heavily implied to be the case in this level. Like, you just named this poor dragon after the most traumatizing part of its life. What is wrong with you? Just grab all these. Also, those moles that you see on the ground, you can kill all of them and get net you a skill point, which I'm going to do. I probably won't get through the rest of this game tonight, which is a good thing, because I need to be ready for the Yeti boxing match, if I ever get around to it. So, the thing is, if you're on the same plane as the moles, they hide away. You have to be above or below them in order to hit them. Or you can drop bombs on them, but you don't get those until later in the level. Also, I love just the metal sound effect of the weight being dropped on the button. Like, it, to me, it reads as an early version of the metal pipe sound effect. And it's great. I think it's used multiple times in the series too. Like, I don't think this is the only instance of that sound effect being used. Ow. Wait, is that the sound effect they should be using? Really? Again with the controller thing? Sorry about this, chat. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's just unplugged itself again. Bruh. Sorry about this. As I said, this thing is like 2 decades old at this point. I know you're not supposed to belong to the connectors. I do not give a shit. Come on. At least the cable's janky. You were doing so well and then you decide to be a jerk. Do I have a secondary controller around here? I don't think I can use the PS2 ones, can I? Are you for real, game? Well, not even the game's fault, it's just the controller that's balked. I mean, it'd be extremely cheeky if I could get away with doing this. Actually, isn't this a... This is a DualShock 2, but it might work. I don't think anyone's ever tested a DualShock 2 on a PS1, but we'll see. I think they have roughly the same connectors. If they don't, this is going to be real embarrassing. They look like the same connectors. Okay, that works. Alright, I guess we're not using the buggy controller anymore. It's a shame though, like, I would have preferred to use the original PS1 controller for this, but we don't always get what we want. Also, the thumbsticks are a little sticky on this one, just purely for use. Like, I'm pretty sure this specific PS2 controller has seen so many hours of the Sly Cooper series. Like, a ridiculous amount of hours. I think outside of Minecraft, like Minecraft and Spyro, the Sly Cooper series is probably the games that I've spent the most time on. Like Minecraft, I've spent probably the most time possible. And that's not even a joke. Like, I'm pretty sure at one point on Sly Cooper, yeah, it's a great series. I love Sly Cooper. I think at some point during Pristine Prison, I went to check to see how many hours I spent on that server, and I think I spent over 1,000 hours on that server alone. And that wasn't the only server I was playing at the time. Foxy, have you played the Sly Cooper series? I mean, you'd probably be old enough that you were around for Sly 3, I imagine. I think the one I've played the most is probably 2. No? I mean, honestly, you probably should if you can, because it is a great series. I believe both the PS3 and PS4, PS4 and PS5 have the games for like $20 or something like that. Like, all 3 of them. They don't have Sly 4, and that's probably for the best. Alright. That gets rid of my bombs, but that is fine, because they are kind of annoying when you're just trying to move along the ground. Also, can we just say that Sergeant Bird just moves? Like, good lord, he hauls ass on the ground. Penguins usually aren't that fast. Although, mind you, penguins aren't usually able to fly either. So I guess this man just truly is built different. Alright, I think I've collected everything. So, just head on. Actually, I should probably check the lava, because I know one of the bottles you explode drops a gem into the lava. I don't know if it's in this section or the next section, though. I have no console for the games. Oh, that's unfortunate. To be fair, you can probably pick one up at an op shop for fairly cheap, at least a PS4. But, of course, not everyone has that sort of disposable income. I picked up a PS3 before the shop shut down. Like, the online shop shut down. So I have those games on that console too. And quite frankly, I think the emulation is far funnier on the PS3 than anywhere else, because it's just so inaccurate. Like, there are some cases where it's annoying. Like, I don't know if anyone here has played Ratchet Deadlocked specifically, but, like, the emulation prevents most of the voice lines from playing, so you just continuously hear about Dreadzone's dental plan. Although, yeah. I mean, to be fair, like, I wouldn't approve of that specific option, but, you know, I can't control what you guys do. Of course, I'm on the internet. Y'all can do whatever you like. I'm just saying it's probably not the best idea. Anyways. Although, I must say, Sly 1 is a bit jankier than the other 2 in this series. And, like, if you don't like time trials, it also sucks in that regard, because in order to 100% the game, especially if you want achievements in the modern console versions, you need to do all the thief, like the Master Thief trials. And some of those are just particularly brutal. Like, there is a method to beating one specific level where, quite literally, Boyfriend does have a PS, like a PlayStation. Is it a 4 or 5? Because if so, you'd probably be able to get that game pretty easily on there. Anyway, as I was saying, like, the Master Thief trials are brutal. There's one specific level where it's a requirement that you have 99 coins starting that level specifically. And then you have to pick up a coin in the middle of the trial. And then you have to use said extra life gained from getting that coin to damage boost through one of the obstacles. Because otherwise there's quite literally no other way to complete that level in Master Thief Trial. Like, that thing can be brutal sometimes. Also, the driving levels kind of suck, but you know. No, there's no such thing as a perfect game. Like, every game has its flaws, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. I mean, Sly 2, like, the flaw there is the fact that you can't actually go back to play any of the levels. Oh my lord, that was terrifying. A Stego just charged at me. That's rough. Also, dang it, can you charge me on my dragon? Okay, there we go. I don't know why StreamerBot refuses to scroll the chat sometimes, but it just does. It's very irritating when it happens, but it does. Okay. Okay, that was the last one. Good. So now all that's left is to gather the last egg and the last few gems. Alright, so... got that. Also, don't worry guys, I have been trying to get back into 3D modeling, and I probably will return to those streams as soon as, like, my body decides to stop paying me for all the bullshit in the world. Whenever the hell that might be. But, like, I have been trying to get back into animation and whatnot. And eventually I might be able to get some stuff done. But at the moment, it's all very basic stuff. I've been, like, doing those stupid... the fucking balls that I hate. You know, just like the bouncing ball exercises. Also, I should have figured that would have triggered Likely into doing that. But yeah, I've been trying to do the ball exercises again, and those things are just ridiculously obnoxious sometimes. Alright, I need 13 on that count. That reminds me, you never showed me that spider creature that you finished. I haven't actually completely finished it. I still haven't done the hair after all this time. Like, I legitimately still haven't finished the hair, mainly because but my response doesn't change. I said that before you said balls. Yeah, I know. Well, I do know that now, reading your chat. Alright, how many am I missing? 9. Okay, there's 1. It's probably going to be like a 5 or something. There was 2, so I've got 7 left. But I mean, like, sad noises. Yeah, I'm sorry, I never finished the hair, and quite frankly, that's silly of me. But in my defense, hair is ridiculously hard for me to do. I couldn't tell you why it is, but it is. So if I manage to get enough energy in the next couple of days, I'll see if I can finish it, and then I'll post it to, like, Discord or something like that. I wish there was a cheat code where you could enable the gem direction pointer. I don't think that it's a thing in this game, though. The cheat code, I mean, not the gem direction ability that's gained in the third world, I think. I should probably check to see if I've missed any balloons. Oh, would you look at that? There's a 5 there. Now I am just missing a 2. Maybe quite literally anywhere though. Alright. Doesn't appear to be anything down here, although the render distance in this game is fairly low. So probably always double and triple check any areas. I don't think it's going to be in the tunnel. If it is, it's kind of obnoxious. I don't have like a balloon in here, do I? Nope. Alright, I'll check the tunnel anyway. I don't think there's any of the fire spitters in here, so I should be good. Okay, nothing in here. But yeah, like, I've been practicing the ball bounces. I've been doing, like, a couple of really basic animations. I'm not sure if anyone here has played Elemental Battlegrounds on Roblox, but if anyone's familiar with the poison needle attack, then I've been doing some stuff with that as well. Because that is actually going to be relevant to an animation eventually. Okay, nothing here. Where is this freaking gem? It might even just be 2 1s, for all I know. Somebody in chat's just about guaranteed spotted it. Never played Roblox? Okay, good. Don't play it. And that's coming from somebody who used to play Roblox. Don't play it. It's not worth it. You got it? Mm. Like, back in the day, before all the more questionable stuff came out, I might have said, okay, yeah, it's like a fun occasionally. But given David Bazuki's current trajectory, just don't. It's not worth it. There is no game on that platform that's worth associating with that monster. Oh, there it is. It's blending in with the grass. Alright, that's all of them. Alright, let's get back to Enchanted Towers. Epstein Part 2? Yeah. It certainly feels like it sometimes. Like, who puts dating, like, the ability to date, on a site that's traditionally for kids, especially when dating-related stuff was banned before? Me, who still plays multiple games on the platform, yeah. I've sort of got lucky though, because I would have still been playing Roblox games were it not for the fact that I swapped to Linux. And Linux doesn't allow for Roblox, essentially. I mean, there's probably somebody who's modded it back in by now, but they had a Linux API for a while and then they just decided to axe it entirely. So nothing of any actual value, at least for me, was lost. Alright. Okay. I don't know if I'm still cursed on this level, but we'll see. There is one way I can tell, and that's entirely dependent on how long it takes that first egg in this level to hatch. Okay, I managed to somehow hit that guy. I didn't even know that you could. Okay, I'm just gonna hit that guy with a rock if I can. It's really hard because some of the arcs that you have to get in order to hit these things is really obnoxious. Alright, got him one at least. Okay. Also, you probably noticed that this is the exact same song as it was in the Sergeant Bird level. That is because, apparently, the Sergeant Bird song plays, like, if it's loaded in the level for any reason whatsoever, it automatically plays over whatever track was originally supposed to be there. So, like, this game does have an this level does have a normal theme, but it's just not present because of it. Okay, I think we're good. That did take a while, but I'm pretty sure when I hatched that egg originally, it took a lot longer. So I think we're probably fine. I don't think it's cursed this time around. I think maybe throwing it in the closet taught it to not be a bit of a piece of shit. Alright, I'm gonna move that guy out of the way with another rock. Because you can't always hit him if you fly and flame him at the same time. It's not a guaranteed kill. Okay, so I am going to do all of you a favour, and I'm going to turn the volume on this down just a bit. And the reason for that is because there is an audio bug. Chances are you're probably still going to hear it anyway. Yeah, so there's audio. Wait, there's not audio in this? Wait, have I just been streaming without audio this entire time? Have I? Hang on a second. Surely not. Guess so. Oh, god damn it. Let's see. Can I fix this on the fly? I'm pretty sure I can. No, all these are on 6. Turning on my headset for a closer hear. Yes. Personally, I wasn't too bothered by it. Okay. No, I could have sworn that, like, the thing is showing as the audio is working. And it's on the correct channels. I thought it was intentional that you didn't have it on. No, that is not intentional. Oh, that's really annoying, actually. And it's showing as the audio being correct, so I don't know what the deal is. Unless it's a problem with the output. Oh, I don't think I can... Okay, I think what's happened is that because I set this up right before stream, I use the multiple outputs as default, but it's locked currently to track 1 and not track 6 like I normally have it. So, in theory, if I grab this and I put this on track 1, do we have audio again? That's a bit embarrassing. Can't believe that happened. Oh, there's the sound. Yeah, I'm so sorry, chat. I did not realize I was streaming without audio this entire time. But again, this is supposed to be like a calibration stream. There's gonna be bugs and whatnot. Okay, so this was the egg that was really broken last time, so I don't know how this is gonna go. Oh, actually, this is gonna be really loud. Just gonna turn that down before I accidentally blow everyone's eardrums out. But yeah, you can hear how much louder that is compared to the rest of the game sounds. Like, why is it like that? Oof. Took damage there. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna let him die. Oh, I'm just gonna let him live, rather. Or not. What amount get got? Holy? Yeah. I sincerely hope that wasn't too loud, because it is legitimately that loud in the game. I don't know why it happens, it just does.
Oops.
Alright.
I forgot I hid this egg inside the statue. I hope the explosion didn't hard boil it.
Alright, I think we should be good here. Okay, Peanut is not out to kill me today. Good. I was a little concerned. Because the last time that I hatched that egg, it spooked me so much that I ended up shoving the entire PlayStation into a closet. It's also, I'm a little bit disappointed because I was hoping to maybe get it on camera. But at the same time, like, I'm also not entirely cursed, so I suppose I should be thankful for that. Alright, I'll finish this level and I'll probably end off stream. Because it's already been like 3 hours. Alright, let's go and help this guy's dog. So this guy's dog fell down a hole and I have to go and retrieve him. I mean, I'd imagine the dog itself would be the retriever normally, but you know. Also, like, I know that this guy says it's a wolf, but doesn't anyone else think this looks vaguely like a chihuahua? I think it's the ears, but I could be wrong about that. Also, I can just, like, steal the ball and leave if I wanted to. Not that I'd have the ball upon going through the portal, but that's whatever. So yeah, this is essentially you just spit the ball and Farley here follows it to pick it up. And you use that to solve puzzles. And quite frankly, he's more competent than most of the teammates I've ever had in video games. I have to be really careful to make sure I get all the gems in here because there's multiple sub areas in this level and going through them all takes a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and spit this down here. Now Farley's gonna start barking because he can't reach the ball. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this button and he's just gonna jump across and grab his ball. Unlike me, poor old Farley here can't fly, otherwise he won't be in this situation to begin with. Okay, so... this is one that requires a little bit of timing to work with. But I found that the easiest way to do this usually is to spit the ball onto the platform before standing on the button at the bottom. So I want the ball to be right here. So Farley's gonna go for that. And essentially I want to jump off the button the second he steps onto that platform. There we go. That's just about the entire section finished. I've just gotta kill a guy, I think. Oh yeah, I've gotta break the wall, I've gotta kill a guy. So I'm gonna take the ball with me.
Hey!
Hey, I found the dog. Anyway, here's your ball back, Farley. I know you're not going to pick it up anymore, but... Now, I should probably head back to this. I don't know if I want to do the skate park first or if I want to do Sergeant. Apparently I'm dying first. I don't know if I want to do the skate park first or if I want to do Sergeant Bird's section first. Because Sergeant Bird's going to have a lot of enemies to kill. And I can't guarantee that I'll kill every single one of them is the issue.
I'm ready.
Alright, so for this is a free roam, but there is an egg that requires me to get all of a skeleton's bones to help put them back together. And I'm a little bit annoyed at the Reignited trilogy for it, because the original game, he does a funky little dance, but in the Reignited trilogy, he flosses for some reason. And like, remembering this game came out probably like 2000, I want to say 2020? Like, it wasn't a hugely long time ago. Like, either 2020 or 2021. And the skeleton just flosses, like, why? Also in the second game you could like steal the bones from these guys and they'd just disintegrate immediately, but you can't this game. So, unfortunate. But yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed that that made it into the Reignited trilogy. I didn't feel like there was any need for it. Also, yeah, okay, I was like, where are the gems? Because usually when you kill the ones that are flying as Sergeant Bird, the gem just automatically follows you. So it usually takes like a second or two to reach you. Okay, it's that one. There's a lot of enemies to kill, so I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that I get all the gems. There's no guarantee, unfortunately. There's like, most likely I'm going to be missing anywhere between 2 to 6 gems. And I'm just going to be so incredibly annoyed about it. It's just me, or like, am I not getting any gems from killing these guys at all? Strange, usually they show up after like a few seconds. Maybe I have to be looking in their direction in order for it to work. Okay, yeah, I think I have to be looking in their direction in order for it to register. Oh no, I'm falling asleep, you know what that means. Means you're probably going to bed, if I had to guess. Either that or you're going to have to try and pry your cat off here. And that's probably going to take 2 hours in of itself. Alright. Yeah, I guess I have to be looking in the general direction. Good night, Foxy. Hopefully you actually have a decent sleep unlike the previous night. Okay, I think there's 4 more to go. And hopefully I'd have all the gems from this section of level and from the Farley section. That way I can just do Skate Park. I think Skate Park has 2 eggs and a skill point. Okay. I'll try to sleep until I get 7 hours of sleep, but no promises. I mean, as long as you're attempting, that's all I can ask for. To be fair, it's more than you can say for most other days. Blizzard. Okay, have fun. Yeah, I'll try to have fun with the rest of the game. Well, at least the rest of the level, because I am going to be ending off stream after this. Okay. I just need to remember where the rest of these guys are. as said by Likely. Now, is this a version of the... Like, is this the game he does the backflip, or is this the game where he just does the weird back jump thing? I think it might be the weird back jump thing. If so, a little bit disappointing. I preferred the backflip animation. But, you know, it is whatever. There's no gems in here, right? Oh yeah, and the doors automatically shut off if you're any character other than Spyro on this level, which is fair enough. Because obviously Sergeant Bird's not designed to do the farming level, nor is he designed to go skateboarding. I mean, to be fair, the Sergeant Bird on a skateboard would be pretty amusing, but unfortunately the devs didn't think so. I wonder if somebody would ever mod that in. It'd be kind of amusing to see it. Just fell off. Alright.
Here, have this. I was going to keep it as a souvenir, but I don't have room.
Oh yeah, I believe this guy is from Spyro 2 as well. The Skelos Badlands in Autumn Plains. Okay, there's Ralph. Little
My
crybaby.
friend is feeling...
Also, I'm just gonna let this play out. I'm just trying to readjust the audio settings to be a little bit more reasonable. Yeah, the animation in this game is just a little bit weaker than Spyro 2, but it's still better than the Reignited Trilogy version of it. Funny dancing skeleton moment. Alright, so I need to get Spyro out here.
I'm ready to...
Now, if I have missed any gems, for the time being I will know because I'll see the lizards fly in the sky. And also, I believe I have a couple of head smash crates I have not gathered yet. I believe there was one over here. And then there was the one on that platform over you guys saw me grab. Alright, so we've got those. That one, and then there's just whatever's in the skateboarding arena. Hopefully. Okay, do I think there's 90 in there? Maybe. It's a pretty large area. Also, I get to make fun of Hunter, essentially. For the headache that he's put me through in the first skating level, I'm absolutely gonna smoke his ass. So, as I said before, early in the stream, this specific level is not based off of doing tasks like chasing lizards around. This is entirely skill points. So, you do tricks, it grants you a certain amount of points, and then whoever has the highest score wins. I think Hunter's maximum is something along the lines of maybe like 4,000 to 5,000. I can easily get 10k. Like, it's ridiculous the amount of points you can earn in this specific level. I'm just gonna grab all the gems first, because it's gonna be really difficult to grab them when I'm in the middle of these missions. The only one that's going to be annoying to grab is the one on top of that circular half pipe over there, because you need to probably do it multiple times. Oh yeah, and you don't need to worry about getting the skateboard early because it will not start any timers. Okay. Usually if you backflip you can reduce your speed enough, but it doesn't seem to be enough in this case. Alright, so we've got that one there. So I just need to... Yes, thank you, fine. That was my phone just reminding me that I have to put out the garbage tonight. Because I seem to be the only person in the family capable of doing so. No shade, I'm just confused. As I am most days of the week. I'm confused on any day that ends with a Y. Just need to get that last wicker basket. I don't think I can hit it from here, but I'll try. Let's grab this one first. So it's probably a 10 and a 2. I certainly saw a 2 there. Okay, that was a 5, so I'm missing a 5 somewhere around here. Where would I have missed a 5? I don't think there's anything around here. So maybe I missed something in the main level of Farley's sub-area. So if so, that's a little bit obnoxious, but... Oh, actually, I did miss a basket somewhere. I know I did. It was that one on the half-pipe jump. I think I missed it. Thought I'd come back to it, and then I just didn't. Alright, that's the last one. Alright, Hunter, you ready to get your ass beat? I've got to go through like a whole bunch of tutorial garbage first, but that's fine. We'll get to the fun stuff in a bit.
Isn't this the...
Yep, okay. So he's gonna demonstrate a jump. Not like we haven't already been doing that.
Okay.
Okay, he wants me to do a roll. I always try to do the opposite direction of what he does, so in this case I'm gonna go right.
Hey, no.
Now I think he does a forward flip here, so I'm gonna do a back flip.
Wow.
Half pipe leap. So he's just gonna spin in midair. Oh, I missed the jump. That's my bad. Okay, bro. I have the X button held down. Alright, and he wants me to do a 900. Which is 2.5 revolutions. He says 3, but that's not what that is. Also, I missed that, like an idiot. There we go, and that's the half pipe jump. Now he's going to launch himself, I think he's going to do flips. So I'm going to launch myself upwards, I'm going to do rolls. Now you can actually get an extra one out of that, but I wasn't confident enough to let that happen. At least not yet.
I'm thinking you're...
Alright. Alright, run it up, you son of a bitch. So I'm gonna do a funny little trick here. So this is triple towers, and immediately nets you, I think, 1,000. Yeah. Now I could do half pipe jump, and I might do it, but I'm not gonna do it yet. But yeah, Hunter's gonna be like comically smoked in us. And I messed that up, but that's fine. I've got plenty of time to embarrass him. Oh no, he's got 1,000 points. Whatever shall I do? Okay, I'm really not hitting this, am I? The game is quite literally mocking me. I hit X multiple times and it's just not done the thing I asked it to do. Like, bro, are you for real? So yeah, if you manage to spin, I believe that was 5 times in the air, you get a special little point there. It's called, I think it's Big Gulp and Orange Crush, and it nets you huge amounts of points for essentially just holding the stick in one direction. Dr. Shemp, and I believe the other one is Toasty, if I'm not mistaken. This probably won't be as nearly as many points as I'd like it to be, but that's fine. There's Toasty Twist, and that should be about 10,000. Now, if I'm not mistaken, for the skill point, I think I need to have like 1100 or something like that. Like 11,000
How did you get so
rather.
good already? Who knows?
But yeah, Hunter got absolutely bodied during that match. No doubt about it. Alright, so I've got everything this level except for the skill point. Now for the skill point, I'm going to start at the top of the ramp, because it will allow me to net as many points as possible as quickly as possible, because all the good stuff is on this ramp. Like, I can do the half pipe jump and the triple towers, but that's not going to net me enough points to beat this, so... Okay, there's Big Gulp. Trying to do Orange Crush. Alright, I'm gonna do Shemp, Toasty, and then I'm probably gonna do quad forward and quad backflips, and that should net me enough to beat this challenge. The only issue is, of course, doing the ramp, you're going to get launched fairly far, so you sort of just have to deal with going all the way back. But again, this is probably the most efficient in terms of points to time that you can get. Hence why I've been doing it this way for so many years. Now there are like other things you can do. There's like, I think there's, oh, there's a skill point already, but I'm gonna finish this anyway. I believe there's like lemon twist, lime twist, that sort of thing, but it requires a specific set of inputs that I can never for the life of me remember how to do. There's probably like a full-on guide, like a written guide on how to do them. Oh, really? How did I not have enough airtime to do that? But yeah, like this game's so old that there's written guides, and quite frankly they're more useful than the video ones anyway. Dang it, man. Okay, I guess I'm not doing the front flips. Do I have enough time for triple towers? Maybe. Because the requirement for this is to hit the last platform. But yeah, course record's 10,000. I already did that more than enough to beat Hunter. So I shall get on out of here and then I'll end off the stream. Yeah, so sorry about not having the audio functional for most of that stream. I will most likely have it fixed before the next stream. Yeah, it's just a dumb setting that I did not think to double check or change. Oh yeah, there's this cutscene too. Hunter gets... Actually, I think it's Bianca that gets eaten, then Hunter. Was it Hunter that gets eaten? We'll find out in a second. One of them gets eaten anyway, or almost eaten. Oh yeah, the entire plot of this is that she's the sorceress's apprentice, and... Okay, so Bianca gets in and then Hunter has to go and save her.
We should help her. You're
So,
kidding,
she's
right?
a sorceress's
She nearly
apprentice,
toasted you.
and she's trying to learn
but she was
magic to
aiming
follow
at
in her
you.
footsteps, but of course the sorceress is evil. They just have a main character Eden in a video game, like, that's just a thing. As far as the 2000s are concerned, this is a pretty reasonable thing to have happen, actually. Also, somehow that works. That's just an evil bunny. I don't know why it's so evil.
Thanks.
No problem.
It's a good thing for you Hunter was around.
I can look after myself.
Oh, sure you can.
Would you like me to show you?
Oh, that's cute.
Out of magic, huh? How about I give you a jump start?
Ha! I'll deal with you later.
Hey, why'd you have to scare her off?
Oh yeah, Hunter falls in love with her, by the way. I don't know why. I don't know what plot relevance that has, but he does. Alright, I'm surprised the memory card's still working, actually. Anyway, I think that is enough for today. That was like 3.5 hours of the first stream in like 8 months. That is wild. Anyways, I will probably continue configuring the settings. I won't be streaming every day just yet, since I've still got some work to do. But all in all, this went fairly well, all things considered, you know, with Twitch breaking and then the audio not properly recording. So it went as well as you would expect it for me. Anyway, I shall see y'all next time.